Well, hello to you fine folks across the world, wherever it is that you may be. Welcome back
I already
to
hate
the
it.
round table hour.
Yeah, that was
This is
pretty
already
horrible.
fucking awful.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
I'm not even sure.
Were you even trying?
Alright, what is our show called again, buddy?
The Casual City Folks.
Oh, yeah.
We should change that. We should change that like that.
Wow, it's like
Starring PewDiePie.
wow, it's like he just thought of it just now.
Wow, I would have never expected it. It's not
Isn't
like
that
we
how
write a script
Facebook
or
came
anything.
about?
Yeah, right.
Oh shit.
All right, no. But in all seriousness, everybody, welcome to Downcity Dorks with
Chris,
Alex.
FerdytheNerdy.
and Aramis.
the only
Aramis
guy.
just kept pointing at us like we're doing a roll call. I feel like I'm not here.
Yo, dude, he's speaking. Can you not see that?
No, I can't. I'm an idiot.
I'm also blind.
Yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
thought you were Canadian.
Oh
Idiots
shit.
don't have sight.
Wait, so blind is a race now?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Again,
guys,
Canadian.
guess what?
I didn't think we transcended that far.
Hey,
I'm telling you,
guys!
Canadian.
We have to talk about something very seriously. We have a
Oh
little,
shit.
for the first time ever on Downcity Dork, we're actually having an obituary.
Cancellation.
Yeah, an obituary segment.
Rest in peace.
Rest
Silent
in
prayer.
peace to our new segment.
Oh man, it was
Yeah,
short-lived
no.
and it was garbage.
Yeah, it was. Literally,
horrible.
like, the day our episode about how, EA extended the beta on Battlefront 2. How cool are they? Literally, the day that went up, the main headline was, Battlefield 2 now has microtransactions that are hiding game
Battlefront
features.
2.
Battlefront
I'm
2.
like, holy shit, no. No, we can't do this anymore.
I love lagging behind. I
Yeah.
love it.
The lag of us.
The only podcast still subject to lag.
the lag
Hey
of
man,
us part
pe-
7.5.
people are still struggling with lag around the world. We should take a moment of lag for them. Okay.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I love jet lag. Wait, what?
So, instead of the news section, we're just kind of condense it down to just talking about a couple of things and then, get on with
Aramis,
the show.
shut the fuck up. In actuality, what we're really going to be doing is just
Stick around
bullshitting.
for
A
20
couple-
minutes.
Yeah, this is our
more or less.
settling period.
Yeah.
Bullshitting the best way possible.
Woo! Phone!
I love it when people call me. It's so nice. You're going to edit that out, right, buddy?
No, he's not.
God damn it. Boy, stop.
You want to go back and look at the other two episodes and how many times we should edit this out and Aramis leaves it in?
Yo, Aramis doesn't even care. Our editor doesn't even edit. He's just like,
He has forsaken us.
What is editing to you?
You know what? What is actually playing Cuphead successfully?
I'm doing all right
shit.
personally.
I'm talking about the people out there who are still struggling with this disease called being a casual.
It's a hard game, Aramis.
But it's
Hard games.
fun.
It
It's
is
fun. But people are acting like the game is literally cancer if it had a form. It's like, guys, cancer does not look like a
you mean
1930s
Shadow the
cartoon.
Hedgehog?
Oh shit.
I thought people were treating it like
Rip.
cancer because the fandom won't stop drawing porn of Cuphead.
Oh, man, I love that one gif where...
Do we really?
Hold on. For the fans...
Rule 34, Aramis, there are no exceptions.
I'm not even-
Wait,
It's not even
guys, calm down. So, we must talk about this very important GIF, or GIF if you are retarded, of,
It's actually pronounced Jeff.
shut your fucking mouth. I'm the graphic
actually
designer here.
Creator said it.
I'm the graphic designer here. Shut up, leave.
So tell us, what about this GIF?
So tell us how you're gonna make the internet great again. Come on.
You see, I was sponsored by the Trump Corporation.
Oh shit.
One
Anyways.
small loan of $1 million at a time.
If only I could pay my bills.
Call in for your quote today.
Kill me.
Can we just talk about the GIF? What is it?
What is it?
So, it's a very specific GIF of a boss who happens to be an Ursula ripoff sucking on Cuphead's long, strong straw.
Oh,
Stop
the
you right
mermaid
there.
lady.
Ah,
You
yeah.
leave Calamaria alone. She is beautiful.
I know
She
she
is
is,
beautiful.
but if you look
She
at
has
his
them
animation,
hips.
he's like,
Oh no, I'm
he's
sure it's
gone.
fucking terrifying.
Terrifying.
She
It's gorgeous.
But I
love
think
it.
she's a little bit better than an Ursula ripoff. She's
Oh yeah.
she's a good design.
Yeah, until you get to the later stages, then she's
And
not.
she's a Medusa ripoff. But who doesn't rip off Medusa? That's public domain.
Facts.
Facts.
Greek domain. Domain.
Of the Greek variety, yeah.
Yes.
So, you know what? Let's bring it into, I guess, like the first little discussion topic. GameStop. And,
Oh, you want to talk about GameStop?
Yeah,
All right,
GameStop and how they're trying to fight back against the I guess the days of brick and mortar. I mean, it's kind of ending in some aspects, right?
I mean, I don't really care for GameStop, as I always thought.
Well, we're not even.
I work in brick and mortar, so for me, it will always be
an eternal struggle.
Yeah, I mean, no, it just will always exist to me. I don't know. I don't find brick and mortar to be all that in danger, although...
Well, I mean, like, the niche categories are finding that online is the best thing for them.
I mean, it's also cost effective.
I don't disagree.
Like, if you stop and think about it, producing those CDs, transplanting all the data, blah, 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 blah. No one wants to go through the work.
Well,
Why don't you
my
just
favorite
download
part
it?
of the process is the blah. Like, specifically the second blah.
The second blah?
The second blah is fucking lit.
Hell
Not
yeah,
just
dude.
that, but when you subscribe to services like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, they give you special deals.
Or
on
you
games.
can just get Steam and, just
Okay.
wait until summer and chill then.
Point of order then. Before we get way too off track, Aramis, what exactly about GameStop did you want to talk about?
So GameStop decided to announce two new products, not really at the same time, but one after the other, maybe by a couple of days.
Sure.
The first being their new Elite card, which is a more enhanced Pro card for double the price.
Sure.
If you love collectibles, I guess you'll enjoy the discounts and coupons you'll get, along with the really generic badge design that looks something more out of, I want to say, Steep from Ubisoft than GameStop design. But
I don't know.
It's got
a little insignia there.
Upside down. What does that look like now?
Okay,
I'm glad you guys are drawing out this visual reference for this audio-based podcast.
Oh,
this
it's
is
fine.
the second episode now we've done this.
Listen, it's fine. I'm
You know
sure
what?
they know
Just
exactly
throw
what
a
they're
title
talking about.
image of the card and then flip it upside down.
Exactly. How hard could that be to edit, right, Aramis?
Right, Alex?
Put this all on me.
I tell you to throw images on, and you know what? I don't see images.
I threw on some images for that second episode. It was nice.
Okay. So
was nice.
let's maintain that.
I mean, I quit during the Rage of Bahamut review, but editing is hard.
Now you know my struggle of editing one audio channel. Anyways, so the Elite card seems like a good deal if you like to buy a GameStop all the time, and that's all you buy at. It's an excellent deal.
And sure, it's if you have shit internet connection you can't buy off the store.
I still find GameStop's charming, so I'd probably get the card.
No,
Their second service, which I think is the more interested of the two, second product they announced was their subscription service. Yes.
See, this shit's cool. I like
GameStop
I like
is
this
now
one.
becoming the Netflix of video games because it's about the same price as a Netflix membership in a year. So for $60, you get to rent any game you want at any time from any GameStop in the world.
Okay, to be fair, that Netflix analogy is a little bit weird.
It's
You're not
about
paying $10 a month for used movies.
Yeah, but it's $120
I
a
mean,
year
it
for
is
the
used by
subscription.
everybody in the theater.
It's not just any game, it's pre-owned games only.
Yeah, exactly.
I was getting to that, but thank you. All pre-owned games across any GameStop anywhere in the world or universe if they manage to get one outside of the planet.
How long does it last?
6-month subscription packages at a time. They are not doing a yearly because they just, don't want to give that discount, which is fine.
Long story short, for people who aren't great at math, it really just kind of rounds out to $10 a month.
For 6 months. Yeah. So for the cost of a bunch of bargain bin games that you would never play, you get to play as many AAA games as you in your heart desires.
Assuming they're pre-owned.
Assuming they're pre-owned and available, you can have it at the end of the 6-month period. You can keep one game of your choice.
Which is pretty cool as well. I'm probably going to sign up for it because
it's going to make our review process a little more...
Unfortunately, that just make my life hell as the PC master race bastard that I am. That does not apply to me.
Well, get a console, you piece of shit.
Buy it for me, you piece of shit. Hey, viewers, you should subscribe. No, not subscribe. What was it?
Donate
to my Patreon. There we go.
Don't worry, he's going to put out his social security number, his bank account, and all of his info in the comment section. Be sure to send it to him, and don't copy it.
Thank you. I'm starting a GoFundMe, if you'd be so kind.
And
don't
it's
forget
not just
Kickstarter
any,
for
it's
my
not
new
just any
product called Fuck
PS4.
Yourself.
It's not just any PS4. We're gonna get him a colorware custom PS4 Pro with the Downcity Dorks insignia embedded on it.
Oh,
and
that
one
sounds cool.
and one of you subscribers can win a photo of it autographed. By
Okay, now you're lying. First
Hold on, guys.
it was funny. Now you're promising our audience of 5 people.
Hold on. Wait. 5 people. Where's the other person? There's only 4 of us here.
I know, it's kind of sad.
I mean,
Quick, raise your hand if you're
okay.
subscribed to our channel in this room. That's 1, 2, 3. There are 3
He
subscribers in
subscribed.
total.
He has.
Did I?
checked. Yes, you did.
Holy shit, we have 0 subscribers.
I'm totally self-conscious about this.
No, who
Oh,
cares?
you know
it's
what?
just a thing.
You know what? That's just a theory.
It
But
was
let's
just
move.
It was just a theory. You're getting sued. I hope you like that DNCA.
You think Mad Pat gives a fuck about
Wait.
pretty
Hold
sure he
on. Are you really? He's gonna go on us like what's the name of those guys that started suing people?
Fine, bros?
The Fine Bros. Yeah.
No, whatever.
Or
Everyone-
whoever. Whoever. Insert celebrity here that sued people. I mean, it happens every year.
Am I gonna have to insert a celebrity that sued someone recently?
Like Lindsay Lohan in GTA. That's like super recent. Throw that on.
That was recent?
It got thrown out of court.
Shit, I just don't pay attention to. But that being said, going back to the topic at hand, yeah, I'm fucking down for that subscription service. That sounds really cool.
I might go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever get
There
a
is no
console-
platform restriction either. The game can be
Litty.
from any platform except PC because, well,
Obvious reasons are obvious. You can't
Right.
pre-order.
all the games that they sell for PC are actually just a Steam redemption key unless
Yeah.
otherwise stated.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Which is fine. That happens. But I think it's going to be an interesting service because for
Definitely.
those who don't really have the money to buy games, but don't even necessarily keep games year round,
Yeah.
for the cost of 2 AAA games, you could in theory play 10 of them in 1 year. No problem.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
All right, then cycling on from that subject, Ferdy, is there anything that's happened in the last couple weeks that you want to bring up? I see that shit-eating grin on your face. I know what it's gonna be. Bring it.
So
But it has
pretty.
to do with giant axes and very scaly monsters.
What
Yep.
the fuck, bro?
For Honor, yes.
Exactly. no, my penis. Wait, what? Next.
Nah,
I thought
man.
you were talking about
I
Monster World.
pretty much finally got to pick up Super Mario Odyssey.
Lucky.
Oh.
My boy, Super Mario Odyssey is the best anime I've ever seen in a really, really, really long time.
I'm gonna need you to fucking elaborate.
Why anime?
I can hear the, oh my good grief, why?
I wish. All right. Yeah, I'm officially turned into a Charlie Brown character. Just like, oh my good fucking grief.
Oh, good.
I'm from the
grief.
rated R version.
Mature audience only. Continue.
It's not Snoopy.
Pretty
It's Snappy.
much.
He's addicted to crack.
I love it.
I thought
The
he was just
entire
addicted
the
to
entire
weed.
adventure from start to finish felt like I was watching an animated film that
Really?
lasted for 11 and a half hours. The entire story was 11 and a half hours, but if you're one of the people who want to do the whole completionist quest type of deal, it
Have
could
fucking fun.
yeah, it's more. It's about between 30 to 60 hours because you have to get every moon, every currency from each country,
So in
collect
other
all
words,
the costumes. But it was a fantastic film. I loved it very much.
I love how you just call it a film and not even a game anymore. Nice.
Well, I mean, the game has like a cinematic camera mode.
You're
really-
a cinematic camera mode.
The game has some pretty good cinematic moments.
bro.
The boss fights were amazing. Again, I was
scripted.
playing, but it felt like I was watching a movie, an animated film, pretty much throughout the entire
No, if only
experience.
Berserk could have been animated like that.
You know, to be fair, from just studying Super Mario Odyssey, from a technical perspective, it's actually really impressive. Nintendo managed to cram as much as they could in this game,
It
and
is gorgeous.
still have it be the first 60 FPS Mario game ever made for the mainline series.
Wait,
That's
hold on. What?
yeah,
That's the first?
yeah. Super Mario Sunshine. They showed off a alpha of it running at 60 FPS, and then they were like, "Nah, we're just gonna go with 30."
That game
Most
never would
like-
have fucking come out on the GameCube if that happened.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that demo was being played on a PC with a GameCube controller, which is understandable that they were trying to see technologically how far they could push.
Yeah.
But what they did with the Switch is impressive. There's a lot of intelligent design and trickery going on to keep everything running at pace.
Oh yeah, no, the game looks really nice. I wish I could afford a fucking Switch so that I could play it.
Hey, go to our GoFundMe.
What I love about
We're gonna
the
get
game,
him a colorware Switch too, again with the Downcity Dorks insignia. Of
I'd
course.
be down.
what I love about the game is the fact that you could buy all of his costumes, all of
From every
Mario's
game?
costumes from every game. It was fucking awesome.
That is kinda
You could
true.
buy
I dig that.
the original 8-bit Mario costume. You could buy the 64 costume. My favorite one was the fucking Samurai Mario.
Samurai Mario.
There's a Samurai Mario costume. It would look fucking dope.
Does
my
he have
dude.
a sword?
I dig it.
I wish he had a sword. That would have been more badass.
What if his
I
whole
like his
move
suit
set
one where he
was
looks
just
like he's going
Yeah.
out to a business fucking meeting. I like that one.
Yo,
I
he
bought
looks
that one.
fly.
Yes,
Pretty
he
much.
does.
There's a level in the
Amazing, man.
game that you could tell is based off New York, as you saw in the
Yeah, New
trailer.
Donk City.
New Donk City.
New donk.
New Donk City.
Donk.
This is
Over there.
ridiculous.
Oh, no, you're horrible.
I
Over
am
there,
horrible.
that's where you could buy the fucking suit, and he looks pretty fucking dope in it. And you get to meet the girl who sang the song in the trailer. Mayor,
Excuse you, that's Pauline.
yes, Mayor Pauline.
Oh, sweet. She has a title. She really
She's a
had-
mayor. Of,
She upgraded her life after she dumped Mario.
Wow.
Yo, that's kind of rough. Whoa, he's
Doing well for herself.
She's doing just fine, and so is he.
in
Pretty
different
much.
ways. You know, no Luigi to speak of though.
Oh, shit.
See, that's the part that made me sad. I saw no Luigi.
I was
Luigi
actually
Shown in a
wondering
mansion
if he-
somewhere, I've heard.
You know,
It's kind of infested with ghosts. I'm
that
sure he's fine.
that makes me want to ask you the biggest question because you keep saying this. It's the best animated film I've ever watched.
Is that a
It's the
tech-
best
yeah.
film I've ever watched. I keep hearing all these references to film. Do you feel like the game just completely takes away your agency repeatedly to make things just look flashy and stylish, or
I think he's talking about gameplay in layman terms.
The
Yeah.
gameplay in general was really nice. I just wish the game itself was a lot longer. Most Super Mario games usually are a bit long. in
yeah,
regard-
but I mean, like your comment about it being an animated film that kind of
Yeah.
came off really
Are
sarcastic.
we talking like the level of like the animation quality is that of like a Pixar film?
pretty much.
All right.
Oh, okay.
solid.
I just wanted to make sure if it was a positive or negative. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's a
'Cause-
po-
I think I know
I'm
where
not
you're getting
trying
at.
to.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that it's a negative thing.
Cool.
I mean, it's cool that they went in that direction, and that's how I felt. It's just my only con is the fact that it was short.
I mean, that's been the biggest thing I've been hearing from the community, and I'm a little disappointed at the fact that they're also trying to push a season pass with the game.
Hey, man, you gotta innovate.
Yeah, but innovating.
Get that stack.
Okay, innovating doesn't mean to literally make a experience that is gonna obviously be super extended when the DLC drops, and then you're gonna feel like you missed out on things that should have just been part of the story. Do you feel that at any point the story was jumping ahead of things that you thought they were gonna go back and revisit, or do you feel like they covered a solid story and the DLC may just be additional tales taking place after
And looking
the
back,
events?
and after you answer that question, answer a follow-up question of, did you really play a Mario game for the fucking narrative? Because if you did, you're wrong.
All right. Okay. First question you said there were parts in the game where you had to follow the story, but it was optional to do all the side quests. You were not forced.
I don't think that was the question. I
That
think
was-
the
No.
question was basically,
sorry.
were they DLC baiting at the end? So it's just like,
No.
hey, you want the
Or-
real ending?
no.
Then
Or
buy this.
well, not. I mean, like at any point, did you feel like, well, I thought they were going to go back to talk about X or Y, or I thought we were going to see more of this level, but it just got completely skipped over. Do you feel like that happened at all, or
Did they pull in
No.
Asura's Wrath?
Azura's Wrath.
We don't talk about Ashura's Wrath.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah,
No,
I fucking love
felt
that
like
game, but
none of it
goddamn
was
it,
skipped
Capcom.
over. Everything was optional.
okay?
Hey, we should review that one day.
And in regards of your question, you said that I followed for the narrative.
Yeah.
I followed for the adventure and to see where the adventure took me, and the adventure took me to the final chapter.
You sound like someone who'd really enjoy One Piece.
That sounded like someone who... That sounds like an answer that, like, a journalist would write if Nintendo paid them to review their game.
Holy
See,
shit!
It wasn't about the narrative. It was about the experience.
Yeah,
guys.
right?
So Dark Souls in a nutshell.
Fuck you. Stop.
Triggered.
But I'm
Here's the
kidding.
thing. You can play Dark Souls without ever having to look at the narrative, but if you want to go for it, you can get
I'm
it.
teasing. I'm teasing.
I know.
You're teasing, but in all the wrong
but
ways.
in all
I'm still
seriousness-
soft.
But no, seriously, I
soft
did
one.
go for the narrative.
Did
I
you?
wanted to
All
see
right.
how far this shit could take me.
That's fair.
But
And-
11 and a half hours, though, that sounds kind of woefully short, even compared to, say, Super
I
Mario
thought,
Galaxy.
you know, when I looked this shit up, I thought these people were lying to me when it said 11 and a half hours. These were reviewers who timed it. Said 11 and a half hours. And Rushed is like less than 7 hours.
To be fair, there is still 60 hours worth of content. It's just that main story content is.
yes.
I'm always a fan of just more and more levels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, there's still plenty of shit to do. From what I've seen of the trailers, like, you could go. There's so much shit you can do with
Every
without
level
yeah,
may as well
the
just
main
be its
narrative.
own individual sandbox,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a pretty well done sandbox, especially when I went to
The first two.
the desert country. When
Cool.
where I got to buy the Mexican Mario costume. Oh boy, that shit was lit. Sweet.
Did he have his guitar?
Italians love.
There is a section where he plays his guitar, and it was pretty
do.
awesome.
Does he actually like play real music on it, or
Does
they
it open
did
up
show
the map,
real
my
music,
dude?
yeah.
All right.
They did show real music, but I
cool.
just had a fun time.
Good, I'm glad, man.
By the time I beat it, I sold it. I'll go back to it if I feel like it.
Fair enough. Oh, are we cycling over to me now?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Yeah.
cool. I don't have that much to talk about. Mine is mostly just pointless bullshit. I'm still playing Cuphead. Cuphead's great. Cuphead is hard as fuck. I'm on the second to last level. It's a fucking nightmare. I love every second of it.
a nightmare of a grind, or a nightmare of a level?
It's just hard. It's difficult. It's doable, but I haven't been able to do it yet. Since you guys haven't gotten there, let me just kind of paint a picture for you. Let me lay out the scene.
Oh, I already know all about it from you.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
I know King does.
All right, so Chris can leave the conversation. You guys, on the
Yeah.
other hand,
I know what it is. though.
so
You can tell me.
essentially, you're fighting. The second to last boss is this guy King Dice, and his level is essentially a boss rush that is centered around a gambling theme. There are, I believe, 9 bosses that you can fight through that are determined by a roll of the dice. You roll these dice, you move down like this little roulette board, and you have to fight whatever boss you land on. In theory, you could just fight like maybe 3 of them, and then finally fight King Dice himself. However, there's also a spot on the roulette wheel where if you land on it, you have to start the whole fucking level over from the beginning.
By the way, you don't get extra HP.
You don't get extra HP
So
unless
through no
you
fault
roll
of your
lucky.
own.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, no, some fault. Bad dice roll. I mean, you could totally rig the dice roll mechanic to work in your favor. You just gotta get the timing down.
Basically, yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's fucking brutal. In theory, you might have to go through that and fight like 7 bosses before you even get to King Dice himself.
The good thing about
All
this
on
mechanic,
fucking 3 HP.
the good thing about this mechanic, however, is that if you already beat the boss, you won't have to fight him again. If you land on the same spot as when you first encountered them.
This is true. So, like,
It's a little forgiving. It's not insane.
Okay.
it's hard as balls, but every single fight is fair. There's never a point where I feel like I'm out
The
of
game
my
is
element.
just cheating
Yeah.
you out of a win.
Yeah, it always feels like it's a puzzle itself. Like, all right, there's something I'm missing here. How do I crack this code? And then when you finally get it, it's like, oh hell yeah! All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun the first time I got to play Cuphead when Ferdinand just like first got it, and honestly, I loved the grind. It's the kind of game where it may be frustrating, but it's such an enjoyable game that are you really gonna sit there and go, I can't do this, fuck this,
Yeah.
and quits the tutorial
There's
stage.
Hey man, you don't have to roast him that bad. Come on, dude. He tried really hard.
Other big thing for me is sitting here in anticipation because as of the time of this recording, Thor Ragnarok's about to hit theaters, and I am so fucking ready, dude.
I'm hyped, but I can't even go watch until like I get paid next week.
That sucks.
Hey, I blew it on a car. I needed the car a little more than Thor, you know.
With the Marvel movies, I always try to put a little money aside to make sure I can go and see it opening weekend. So I'm gonna fucking do that. And the next time we record, expect me to scream my head off about it because I bet it's gonna be great.
Bet.
Rock on. So, is there anything you want to talk about before we move to the next section?
That's Chris, by the way.
Chris?
I love how I'm no longer a person anymore.
You're just the voice.
I'm just the voice.
You're
voice
a hollow voice.
Oh, fuck. By the way, speaking of voice, I hate you. Why are our voices so similar on fucking mic?
It's because of the way the mic...
And I think it's you, but it's actually me because I remember saying what I said. And I'm just like, what is going on? Holy shit. Do I really sound like you? Really? Tell me, guys.
I know the distinction between the two, but I have heard people say you guys have similar voices.
Actually,
I don't hear it.
When I was editing, I had to actually continue to re-edit because it took me a couple of tries to get the clips to sound like he and I don't sound the same. If you push in certain frequencies, I can literally make myself sound exactly like Chris, even though we don't talk the same way.
No, you guys have two very different cadences in the way you guys phrase words.
I don't even know. Like, I feel that my voice is a lot lighter. Like, a lot lighter than yours.
Not a lot lighter, but your voice is inherently lighter, and you talk a lot faster and a lot punchier than he does.
Punchier? I like that. I love assault. Anyways.
Okay, that's right. I don't talk to people who understand how voice fucking shit works.
No,
I'm
hey,
gonna throw you out this chair, Chris.
I know how that works. Fine. I'm laughing because...
I know. He's into it.
Anyways, going back to it. So, things that I've been into for the past couple weeks. Let's see. Halloween event for Honor because that's my main game and I am addicted and I know it's trash and whatever the fuck, but fuck you, fight me.
Okay.
It is fun and I love my werewolf emote.
Cash me outside after this recording then.
Bet, bitch.
These hands are rated E for everyone.
I don't really get the trash comparison. I actually hear it's kind of solid.
It's fun. It's a
I
lot
hear
of
it.
fun.
It's
They've actually been updating the game.
All the time.
How many games can you point at and say, yo, they actually listen and are trying to make the game enjoyable? There's very few games that I can count.
Always weird because for some reason the gaming community always seems to think if
it's Ubisoft,
everybody loves it, it's perfect. But if only a few people like it, it's inherently garbage.
Looks at Destiny.
I thought you were going to mention that other
The
game.
second I played For Honor, I was like, this game might not be for me, but I might also be willing to learn these really weird and insane combat controls.
What was the name of that Overwatch game? The one that flopped? The clone?
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers, there we go.
Lawbreakers?
I actually thought Lawbreakers was cool. I'm sad
Same.
that
I actually wanted to buy it on release, but I didn't have the cash at the time.
There's no point buying it because there's no player base, and that makes me sad because I actually thought the game was cool. But
I thought it had a really cool premise. I hear that the problem is that the characters are basically one note. The gameplay is
a little bit.
Yeah. From what I hear, it doesn't reward skillful players well enough. And
it gives too many buffs to people who are not that good.
No, not even that.
Not
because
even
then
that?
there'd be a big casual player base.
Yeah.
It's moreover that to get any reward at all, you have to be good. But being good isn't good enough to actually be rewarded for your good plays.
So how good do you have to play?
Really fucking well, apparently.
God, you're good.
Basically.
Okay.
If you're not on a goddamn stadium...
So what I'm hearing is if I'm not playing Global Elite, it's not worth. Then no, you can keep the game. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I thought that it had a lot of potential. I have no idea.
Okay.
If I hear about a resurgence and I just so happen to have money, I'd definitely fork over the cash because I thought it'd be really cool. I wasn't that big into Overwatch. I kind of got bored of playing it after a month. I was just like, it's fun, but it's not that fun.
But getting back to For Honor, I've been following the game. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
shit.
I
By the way,
haven't.
new season coming out in a couple weeks.
That's why I've been following because now I'm actually interested in buying the game. Now that it's actually
bet. Continue.
Now that it's come far enough that the game.
Good use of bitch bet, my dude.
My dude.
I'm sure that made a lot of sense in context for everyone listening.
For people that don't understand bitch bet, I mean, yes, let's go. Hurry up. Now, please. Happiness.
Bitch, where?
I agree. Bitch, where do they talk like that?
On bet.
Apparently on bet.
people I talk to speak just like that. When they say bet, it's just like, all right, let's go, hurry up. Like, this is happy.
Usually when I hear bitch bet, it's usually like, no, bet on that. I bet you won't do that. No balls.
Well, we talk to different people. It's obvious.
Well, I mean, okay, but
I'd hang out with some very aggressive people. It's terrifying.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine.
I came in wearing sunglasses. I'm actually hiding all my bruises.
Yeah, I believe you. No, I don't. Next. You're saying?
no, I'm actually thinking of getting For Honor, honestly, because it seems like it's come far enough now that the game is actually playable.
Before I forget, just in case you guys didn't know, free weekend on the 9th.
On PC or
Everything. It's also going to be getting a price reduction of 60% off while it's on that free weekend.
God damn it, now we have to get this out before the 9th.
Ha! You're fine.
Force deadline. Let's go, Aramis.
Yeah! You guys got this. Easy peasy. I'm gonna be lazy and complain when you guys don't release it the day of. I'm just saying.
You're not even going to share it the day it comes out. You're just going to be like, oh,
Well,
fuck, I'm in that.
You know what? I'm gonna
phase.
cut
I'm
the
gonna have
For
to
Honor
delete
segment
this.
if you keep this up.
What you said?
That's
I'll cut the For Honor segment right now.
He makes a good point. We should probably start
All
wrapping
right.
on this before we get into our fun part.
But tell us the highlights of this major new season coming up though. For
Major
real.
new season. So every season there are 2 new heroes. This time being the what was dubbed the Ronin, which is actually not called the Ronin, and dubbed the Huntress, not the Huntress, known as Shaman, where it is a hybrid class who wields 2 wakazashis, which are like
Short blades.
yeah, you could say that. It's not that short. I'd say around 2.5 feet.
It's a medium size blade.
Yeah, it's 2.5 feet. It's pretty good.
He gets the job done.
It cuts right into your foes. It's fine. Like butter. And then there's the Huntress or the Shaman who uses a hatchet and a dagger. Cuts right into people. It's
That is-
beautiful.
Well,
So
that's
the
actually-
shaman doesn't pray the enemy's dead?
No.
Oh, that'd be a cool mechanic.
If only you could just curse them and they're just dead. It's just
Could I
like,
just
ugh.
say I think it would have been cooler if she just had a staff?
Oh, shut up.
But her finisher is literally the staff has blades that come out
Oh, shit.
only to just kill. You know that?
You know, I'd really appreciate if they gave her a Vlad the Impaler kind of thing with that staff. With the blades, I'm just saying.
Oh, so she
Nice.
could have 2 blades.
Hey.
Duh. So basically, just be a clone of the first.
So,
Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
So
but
aside from that,
wrapping this up.
the 2 characters that are coming out, 2 new maps with gimmicks to both of them. One of them being a zip line where you can come from above, one-shot anybody that you hit as you're falling. If you miss, you die. But if you land, they die. Hey!
No
Always
pressure.
fun. Same deal for the other map. Let's see. Then there is a new game mode called Tribute where it's similar to Capture the Flag, however, a little bit more strategic.
Interesting.
Tactic-based. So in the game there is friendly fire. If your allies just so happen to hit you while you're holding that flag, ooh, the salt. Ooh, the salt. Because it's going to take a long while for you to reclaim that flag again because there is a charge time. And if they just so happen to take that away from you, my dude, you're not going to be happy. You might be flaming that chat.
You might team kill.
You might team kill.
So basically, Rainbow Six, but with swords. Okay, so you know what? I think it's time.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to.
so you said they're gonna put in what is it?
I think it's time for Ferdinand to take the floor.
No. Before we move on, I want to say this one thing.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
of
2
course.
warriors.
Yes.
What was it? Can you tell me the names one more time?
I believe the one for the samurai faction is called the Ayamushu, and then the other one is called the Shaman for the Vikings.
So no willing warriors. It's not worth it
Vikings
anymore,
even
man.
have
I mean,
shamans?
Ronin
don't even
Warriors!
ask me, dude. It used to be dubbed Huntress, and it used to be called Ronin. No longer. They were just like, you know what? The community can't be right all the damn time. Curveball, new name. Okay.
Okay. 0 out of 10. I don't want to play it anymore.
Okay, fine, whatever, bitch. Yeah.
You know
But
what?
then why
You're
don't you
part
play
of
it
the,
anyways?
you
We
are
wouldn't
part of
appreciate
the problem with modern gaming, and you should be disgusted with yourself.
What
You
was
sis-
that?
Cis white male.
Ow!
Triggered! I'm gonna go bitch about this on my Tumblr.
You know what,
now.
though?
It's not like I wanted to play with you, Baka.
Okay, now that we got the soon out of the way, I think it's time to make our explorative mark into the abyss.
I am so fucking excited to
Let's
talk
go,
about
dude.
this.
So, FerdytheNerdy,
What is it?
take us away. Take the wheel.
Why are we gonna let this guy talk about Made in Abyss?
I was
He
going to
hated
recommend it.
You know what? Casual. Chris, take it away.
Jesus. how
Casual
dare you.
radio shit.
I mean, you were the one who compared one of the best characters in the entire show to Astro Boy.
No, Mega Man.
Mega Man?
Mega Man.
Nah, even worse. Even worse. How could you? Greg is amazing. Fuck you.
You know what? Chris, don't even record this, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go into the audio, we're gonna take your description of Rage of Bahamut, we're gonna paste it over, and it's Rage of Bahamut again, guys. Surprise!
But done right.
No, it's fucking really good. Don't.
Yeah, it's actually definitely contender for anime of the year, I feel.
So,
Definitely a
you know
contender.
what? How about we start this one in the most unique way? You, us, all of us. Let's just give our TLDR of what we think the series is about.
Oh, are we all gonna try to summarize this as quickly as we can,
Like-
going down the line?
Yeah. Chris, start us off.
So this is pretty simple, very quick as well. Little dumb girl has a mom who's inside this giant fucking hole in the ground, not filled with lava somehow, with monsters and shit. I don't know. Little dumb girl is just like, I got a letter from this really deep dark hole saying, I'll meet you at the bottom. Thinking, hey, my mom's definitely at the bottom, even though everyone around me has been telling me my mom's been dead for fucking years. So, little dumb girl is just like, I'm gonna bring my android friend guy with the penis that I've seen, and they totally don't mind talking about his dick all the damn time. Besides the
Okay,
point.
we're gonna bring that up later. Yeah, you're right. They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
talking about his dick a lot.
They really like talking about his dick. It's really impressive for a child robot, I
What
guess.
is hiding in there?
Anyways.
Is that the real abyss?
Oh, shit.
The
Plot
trousers.
twist.
Where the sun
Okay.
never shines. Okay, so continuing. She goes down, meets spooky, scary monsters, tries not to die, meets people who are fucked up, meets monsters that are fucked up, nearly dies, and we
Nearly
have
dies
Andrew-
again on the side.
Exactly. And let's see. Bondrudis, best character, best boy. All right, now. There you go. Your turn, Alex.
Oh, this man just wants to try my patience today.
All right, so what's
Bondrudis,
your,
the best boy.
what is your take on the story? How would you TLDR? You can.
Do I have to TLDR it? Because he tried to TLDR it, and I feel like I lost brain cells in the
Oh,
process.
you're fine.
You can try. It's all good.
What's the best way? So, alright. So, the basic premise of this show is there is this island that was discovered, and it has this giant pit in the center of it, which they refer to as the Abyss.
Or
It
the
is-
underworld.
Or the Netherworld, the Underworld. They have a couple different names for it.
Yeah.
But for the sake of brevity, the Abyss for this. So, throughout this world, people found that the deeper they go, there are treasures, prehistoric monsters, and all of these cool, rare valuables inside that they can try to excavate and take out from. So, eventually, a city pops up around this kind of area. Like, it's just a city destined for people called cave raiders to go down into this place and just mine all their and just mine whatever's in the abyss. And it's set up like there's a whole system behind it. There's a hierarchy for how the cave raiders work.
How deep they can go depending on
yes.
their rankings.
Yes. And the big drawback for that ranking is, like, the deeper you go into the abyss, there is this thing called the Curse of the Abyss. And anytime you try to... The deeper you go, the harder it is for you to ascend. There's all these awful side effects. And the deeper you go, the worse it gets. And you will see firsthand how bad it gets. So, cutting all that little, like, lore bit aside.
I love exposition.
I know.
Token, are you listening?
So, all of this kind of focuses on our main girl, Rico, who is a cave raider in training. And one day, out on a raid in, like, the first layer of this abyss, she comes across a little robot boy. She saves him, takes him home,
In reality,
names him Reg after her dog.
God bless that dog.
Or dead
God
dog.
bless Reg.
Poor dog.
That we
And-
never saw.
essentially what ended up coming down to is Reg and Riku, got it. I'm gonna get this.
Rico!
So, Robot Boy and Blonde Girl decide that they are going to head towards the bottom of the abyss. Mind you, no one in this world has ever seen what the bottom of the abyss looks like.
Except allegedly her mother.
Yeah, due to a recent excavation, Rico finds a letter from her mother saying that she is hiding at the bottom of the abyss. So Rico decides that she is going to head to the bottom to find her mother, and Reg is tagging along to figure out, like, the origin of his identity. He kind of wakes up with amnesia, he doesn't know who he is, and he wants to learn what he really is. And the two of them go on this crazy adventure and meet all these weird and wonderful characters, and suffering happens. Suffering happens all the time.
Ah, my favorite series are full of suffering. Just like Rage of the Bahamut, it's called My Brain Cells. They suffer. The plot is garbage, holy shit. Anyways, continue.
This is the one who was trying to defend it last episode.
I did that. Shut the fuck up. I was defending the main character. Everyone else is kind of whatever.
Yeah, all
Continuing.
Does anyone else want to try to chime in on that? Did I miss anything?
No?
There was a couple
Do you want to
things
give
that
your
you
own
could
take?
touch
Or?
on, but for the most part, I appreciate how you tried to be serious in giving your summary while I'm over here just dicking around, flapping it around.
Well, one of us has to be entertaining and one of us has to be informative, and anime is my boy. And anime is something I love, so I got it. I'll be the serious boy on that one.
Say no more.
You can be the meme machine.
The meme machine.
All right,
Meme
so,
But,
Meme
so
machine.
Ferdy, thoughts? I mean, what can you TLDR? Or do you feel like you rather wait for the review?
TLDR.
I
All right.
get it.
So
can
what's
do
your
it.
TLDR?
My sphincter is clenching in anticipation. I'm
The
nervous.
best one yet. In a world.
And I already hate it. Next.
I'm gonna fucking go there. In a world where there's a fucking abyss in the center of this town, Rico decides to go ascend and found a young boy that has the same abilities as Mega Man.
Really reductive when you say it like that, Ferdy.
It's not even like Mega Man, you ape. Mega Man can get new powers,
Hold
you
on.
shit.
We can talk
You
about
know,
the
it's like
mechanics
Mega
of,
Man, but better.
We can talk about the mechanics of Rig's thing, like powers.
All right.
later.
You know what? I think we get the gist of it.
wow.
So are you?
Ferdy's
do you
a
have a
shit.
TLDR?
I
you
have a
wanna use?
TLDR.
Bring it.
So, dumb blonde orphan
Thank
wants
you.
to
My
be.
approach.
She's
Wa-
not dumb.
Shut up.
Okay, book smart streets dumb blonde
I'm
wants to
willing
be
to
a
accept
cave
that.
raider. She thinks becoming a cave raider is like joining the Avengers, and she wants to be part of the A team. But everybody keeps giving her the J. Jonah Jameson laugh and going, "You're not even close to ready."
She's a menace to society.
Girl, you need to wear glasses because the abyss fucked you up when you were born.
Bring me pictures of the robot boy.
I see him slinging around.
Sorry, you brought up J. Jonah and I had to roll with it.
Yeah, but so dumb blonde girl
Yeah,
decides
yeah.
to go explorative on her own because why not? Gets cornered by a giant old beast, and then she sees her friend is like passed out. So you know what any kid would do in their right mind.
Yes.
Drag all the attention to them and hope that they can run, only to fail drastically and get saved by Astro Boy.
Hey,
Wow.
fuck you. Anyways,
This is
continue.
a weird setup. We had the meme version, the accurate version, the shitpost version, and the jaded cynics version. We are all very different people.
So Robot Boy and Street Dumb Girl decide, you know what? We're ready for adventure. Only to not have anything to do until a letter comes up saying, "Yo, dog, if you want to find me, you gotta really dig down deep." So, with that prophetic message out of the way, they're like, "Yo, guys, we gotta find what's in the abyss." And everybody's kind of like, I'm cool with that. Then you got Nat. Nat's like the only reasonable. He's me. He's like,
No. Let's not go deep into summary because Nat's not even an important character.
Hey,
You
okay.
said TLDR and now we're going into TL way too much.
No. So really long story short, they're gonna try to explore this because reasons and mommy abandonment issues.
Mommy
Yes.
issues and identity crisis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot. And I mean, like, if you think Misery loves company, no, this is Misery business. Like, this is the corporation of where Misery is, like, shipped out from.
Okay, so before we jump...
Field Trip, the series.
If you don't mind, before we jump into the review proper, I want to put 2 little disclaimers on this.
Okay, go ahead.
First disclaimer is, if there's anyone listening to this right now who has not seen Made in Abyss
First
yet,
off, what the fuck are you doing?
You're
seriously,
a little late.
I recommend go check that anime out before you jump in further, because we're going to spoil the shit out of this, and this anime really works best when you experience it blind.
Can I just point out that our TLDRs actually managed to not spoil anything?
Yeah, we were pretty solid.
Yeah.
Nothing outside of episode 3 did we really get
Well,
past.
I mean,
and
honestly,
the first 3 episodes are set up.
It has that Breaking Bad setup where the first couple episodes just take their time establishing, and then the freight truck hits you.
Yeah.
You don't see the freight truck
But yes,
coming ever.
this show, definitely for people who are listening, it demands to be gone in blind. So if you want to experience it spoiler free, I say click off of this, come back to us after it's over.
Give
and
us
then
those
hear our
extra
thoughts.
views. Thank you.
No, seriously, come back later. Yeah.
No, seriously, give us the extra view.
For those of us for those of you who are still here who have either seen the show or didn't listen to the warning I just gave you, hi, jackasses.
Welcome to this
Hello.
segment of the review.
Seriously, if you want to watch Edgy Mega Man, go watch it.
Oh, I hate
Are you sure you're not
Second-
confusing Mega Man with Sword Art Online?
Second disclaimer, and this is part of a tirade that I have to go on for a minute. Did anyone watch this anime legally out of the 4 of us here? 'Cause I did it.
Well, I mean, if by legal, did you mean if I wanted to pay for 2 paywalls to watch it? No.
Exactly. That's the disclaimer I wanted to put out. For all intents and purposes, we did pirate this anime, and that is a huge problem that I want to bring up because fuck Anime Strike, dude.
It's basically cancer on wheels.
It is.
Hey man, it fucking runs, doesn't it? People buy it, don't they?
Actually, no.
Only
Anime
if you're
Strike
already
is
subscribed
flopped.
to Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's probably
You have to
deemed
pay
it.
$100 a year to then have the privilege to pay monthly to use Anime Strike.
And believe me, I'm totally cool with that service just dying off itself. Where my issue comes in right now is the fact that anime like this, the one we're talking about today,
Is
are
not
getting
going to get any
scooped up.
attention.
Yeah, they're getting scooped up from Japan and being put behind paywalls. This is probably one of the best anime that came out this year, and maybe a third of the anime community actually saw it.
You know what actually hurts me? When I stop and think about all the services that are attached to the Prime title and stuff like that. So we have Twitch Prime, regular Amazon Prime, and a bunch of other smaller services that are just
Under the Prime.
one paywall. That's it. You don't have to pay for Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime to have Twitch Prime. But for Anime Strike, you have to get a separate fucking thing
Yeah.
connected to your Amazon
What
Prime.
I don't
It's
understand
stupid.
is,
I don't understand it.
you know that they also increased the cost of Prime to allow them to add more value?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you jumped it up a full, like, $30, and that cannot cover the cost of Anime Strike? If Anime Strike was, like, an extra, like, $2 a month, sure. I would say at that point, you're being a bitchy, whiny baby.
Yeah.
But it's like...
At least it comes with a lot of benefits.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's like you pay $100 for a service that you may not even care for, to then have the privilege to pay another $10 a month to watch and
I'd at least appreciate it if it was like separated, like a separate product
if it
just
was a
for anime
separate
nerds.
Okay.
if it was a separate service entirely, yeah, but
Alright.
it's not. Two
Alright, boys.
paywalls is dumb.
Agreed. And I just wanted to bring up the fact that if you guys are going to watch this anime,
Just
while
pirate it.
I don't really condone piracy for this,
I
go to a
condone it.
streaming site. If you really liked this show,
Turn it.
please buy it.
Honestly,
because
buy
this
it.
show deserves a second season, and the West needs to bring some money forward.
This shit is
I
A1
am
lit.
gonna buy the Blu-ray as soon as it comes out.
100%.
Absolutely. But we can talk more about that as we get deeper.
I will
into this
sing
review.
the fucking praises
My
of this
number
show.
9 may have disappointed you, but this anime will not disappoint you.
Why do you have to keep on bringing up motherfucking Mega Man?
For a final summary on Anime Strike, I think my robot boy in this anime says it best. Irredeemable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that are redeemable about Mega Man and Mighty Number 9, but get into the point. You know what?
Let's get into the show.
Yeah, so Made in Abyss. I was not expecting it to be what you billed it as, Chris.
You're welcome.
No, seriously,
Well,
thank you for the recommendation.
You're welcome.
I've been hearing this get traction since it started up in the summer season, right? That's when it started up.
Yep, July.
And yeah, it was. Everyone was telling me like, "Wow, this show is really beautiful," and all the manga readers were sitting there biting their nails, like, "Oh, you have no fucking idea what you're in for."
Litty.
And
MITTY.
I wanted to watch it, but because of again fucking Amazon strike and just so many other things, I was balls deep into My Hero Academia this past summer. That was where all my time was being spent. But yeah, now that it's all out and I got a chance to finally sit down and watch it, holy shit, we need to talk right out the bat. Let's just talk about how fucking gorgeous this show is.
No. Hold on. There are many things that we can talk about, but to ignore one of the best aspects of this show, the fucking score, how dare you?
No, you start with the animation and then you talk about the score because those two complement each other.
No, but the score is so like if I had never seen the show
and I had just heard the score, I would have thought that was epic.
I'm telling you,
I would have been happy with just the score.
Bought the album.
I would have. Can we get an OST release,
Okay.
please?
Listen,
Please?
I am a huge music fan. I am 100% on board with you guys. But again, you could say the inverse of the animation. If you took out the music and just watched the still frames of animation, you would have your fucking back of your head would explode.
Man, these
honestly,
fucking stills, dude. These snapshots, background worthy, 100,000%.
I'm gonna put up some pictures over this review, and you
Please.
fuckers at home need to see what this shit looks like.
It is so addicting of a show that honestly, I had to make myself go to bed to keep rewatching later today just to get everything really down in my head. I really, really enjoyed watching it.
Ferdy, what did you
it's
think?
definitely worth the watch.
Ferdy, what did you think of the animation?
The animation was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
You liked it?
I can't wait to hear more Mega Man references. Go on.
No, go on.
Go on.
How was the score?
mad?
What did you,
Why am I mad? Because
what did
it's
you
fucking
think of the
annoying.
score, boy?
The score was actually pretty good.
Okay.
I always like I was like when anime tried to like push that whole whatchamacallit, the whole I don't know how to say it, like a whole the whole tribal feel. The score felt like
Yeah, I agree. It does have
listening.
kind of a tribal feel to it.
Fits
with,
the
like,
time period
chanting.
it
It fits the
takes
time
place in.
period. It feels like I'm listening to like a bit of a tribal song, pretty much.
It definitely jumps around a bit. Some of it is very like. Some of it feels like out of your standard Disney film where it's very whimsical and cheery.
Yeah.
Some of it is very Lord of the Rings.
I love
And
the
it's
acoustic song they sang in English.
I feel. Oh, you're talking about the actual Made in Abyss song itself.
Love that song.
Oh man,
Really,
Yeah.
I love how
well
it's
put together.
title song and it's the best one in my opinion.
Oh, it's really good.
I feel. I don't know. I understand what you're getting at, all of you, but I think what really caught me the most was this kind of melancholy, almost depressingly beautiful song that is Made in Abyss. It's incredibly peaceful, yet gloomy. I can't really put my finger on it, but I could hear that song, that track a million times over and still have it resonate with me. I get shivers just listening to it.
I think the best word to describe the soundtrack as a whole is, I think
Epic.
the word, well, I was going to use the word ethereal.
Yes.
It very much feels
incredibly.
like, when you watch it, like when you listen to it and compared with it, it very much feels like, wow, this place is not of this world.
I do
Completely
not
different
like
place.
to bring my studio headphones with me anywhere outside the house. Mm-hmm. I still have them on me.
That's awesome.
When I was watching it at home, and I was like, I cannot sit on a bus and do this. Like, no, I brought my headphones with me, and honestly, it had me hooked. The music constantly keeps you aware of what's happening. Mm-hmm. Even if you just sat back and only listened to the audio, like
Kevin
the dialogue and the music, it would make the best radio play ever.
I'm telling you, Kevin Perkin is a god.
It's cool.
God among men.
He makes nothing but good music, honestly.
very much enjoyed it. And just going back on the animation as well, besides just the backgrounds, the character designs are very nice. They're
The
very
fluidity of the
appealing.
motion.
The animation is pretty much solid all the way through. There's some cheap anime tactics they use in there, like not being able to animating it so you don't have to animate the feet moving.
Yeah.
There's a couple scenes like that, but when they need to use the animation, it always looks really nice.
Oh man, the incinerator was gorgeous.
There's a couple of things I noticed that were a little spotty. If anybody else saw it with the monsters.
No, that's on purpose.
That's
that was a stylistic design.
You liked how you noticed like the monsters are all kind of have like a weird animation style to them, right? I believe that was intentional to drive home the fact that these things are very old, ancient, and quite not of this world.
Well, no, I mean, sometimes I noticed that while the characters are moving at a full 24 frames a second, the monsters that were flying away from viewer perspective would slowly start going down to 12 frames a second.
I think most of the monsters had that kind of janky motion,
Was that-
especially in the upper 3 layers.
Oh yeah.
You think that was? It seems like it was intentional.
It
now,
definitely
now
seems
that I think
intentional.
on it.
It's definitely to drive home the fact that
When the
you're not in
Blu-rays-
this, you're not in safe territory anymore.
When the
kids.
Blu-rays come out, we will definitely find out.
For
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
Which is even interesting because once you finally see what a creature looks like in the 4th layer,
Oh
those
boy.
things move at like lightning speed.
Orb walkers are ridiculous.
So fucking scary.
Holy shit, dude.
This big old needle lion with its big ass dumb Sharingan face, it scared the shit out of me.
What scared me more was finding out its abilities. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
we'll get
I
to that.
see into the. Oh wait, I'm not gonna spoil it yet. That's for later.
I can see the future.
God damn it, boy!
Yeah, but it's the how that we'll get into. But, for me, the thing that I found really expressive from with the animation was anytime there was any crying involved, it didn't feel forced from any perspective. Not even from an
Oh my
acting
God.
perspective.
Speaking of
It took
which,
so
the
much
voice
self-control
actors-
not to cry when I was watching
The
this on the
voice
bus.
actors were insane. Just
Good.
hearing Rico's crying and everything, her screams in pain,
Hold on.
glorious.
We need to bring that. If we're gonna talk voice actors,
We
at
may
that
as well
point,
talk
we
about
need-
the story then.
We not so much the story. We can just talk about the characters. The story kind of stems from the characters. So if we want to go down the list, we should start with our main girl, Rico.
Rico, you dumb son of a bitch.
I love her.
She's stupid as hell, but I love her to death. But she's hella smart
All right.
too. At the same
the
time,
thing
it's weird.
about
Book
Rico
smart,
is,
not street smart.
You pretty much nailed it. She is very book smart. She understands guides. She cooks. She is very much like she understands everything on paper, but when she gets into trouble, she physically cannot handle it because she's too young to. She's
Isn't she
fucking
like 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you, 12? Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Shit.
I guess I shouldn't attack you. Monster walks away.
Thinking emoji.
But like, what's really nice, what's really great about her is she has such a unwavering confidence and
Determination.
optimism and determination. She is a wonderful character,
Oh man.
and she's written very much like a kid too.
One thing that bothers me, however, about Rico is that I understand that this is obviously a different world. It's fantasy, blah blah blah. They go into the fucking caves and they don't necessarily expect to come out of it all the damn time. However, the fact that she's just unfazed at seeing dead bodies mystifies me.
What do you
Remember
mean?
that
Like,
scene when
she
passed by a skeleton and she was just like, "Oh, another one."
Yeah,
They have
because
there's an
they're
independent reason to that.
they're desensitized to
yeah,
it from
that
a young
shit's
age.
commonplace.
I
Like,
get that, but that doesn't necessarily like. I understand it, and they've said it enough times for me to totally buy it. It just still disturbs me to know that a 12-year-old is just apathetic in terms of death.
Couple things for that. First one being, she is taken aback in the first episode when she runs into it. But then she kind of resteadies herself because, again, they are commonplace in this world.
Yeah.
Like, you see them...
Seeing corpses is not a
Yeah, I
strange
get that.
thing.
And just for, I would say to the credit of, while it might make you uncomfortable to see a 12-year-old girl who is kind of desensitized to death, that is literally the world she's grown up in. She is entering one of the most dangerous professions on planet Earth, and
If that's
she
Earth.
knows, like, death and destruction is part of it.
You know what? Let me bring up the biggest point. Kiwi. He's literally the youngest kid at the orphanage. Still not phased by seeing dead bodies. That's how young they start him. The moment you get there, I mean, I understand too where you're coming from, that it is a little bit weird that they really don't get phased.
But it's a world we don't live in.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
again, it's just, I'm not saying that, that's not realistic or whatever the fuck. What I'm saying is that it hits me harder than I thought it would.
Because you don't expect to see that in an anime.
Most things is just like, if I'm writing a child character, then I'm going to write them to be as childlike as possible. Whereas just like if they have an emotion towards something, it's extreme. So it's just like, a death? Oh my god, I'm spooked. Spooky, scary skeletons. Nothing. They're just like, it's whatever. I'm just another Tuesday.
It's just, that's...
Well, I mean, when
that is the world.
How about the fact that she's also an orphan on top of all that?
That doesn't mean...
My parents are dead!
Not necessarily until that letter comes around.
No, I know. That being said, Ferdy, I want you to... do you mind chiming in? Do you have any thoughts on Rico? Did you like her? Did you hate her? Give me some things. Why?
Pretty much, I feel like Rico is the type of character who always tries her best, and especially in the worst scenarios, she always tries her best.
Puts that little gold star. You tried.
You tried.
Oh man,
you tried. Good job.
Yay! Congratulations.
My god, I hate
that's pretty much how I feel every time I see her. She tries. And there are times where she does succeed, but most of the time she fails. But again, she's a 12-year-old girl, so she's learning.
She's kind of the brains of the operation.
She is 100%.
There's something I want to bring up as we head into...
100%, yeah.
Something I want to bring up as we head into Reg or Reg, depending on how you want to...
I think it's Reg.
I think it's Reg.
Or Regu.
So, Reg, our little robot boy. Reg is great. Reg is essentially the polar opposite and complement to Rico. He's very physically capable, like his arms, being a robot, some of his power senses. His arms extend about 40 meters.
Stretchy arms and extendo fingers.
Super fighting robot, make a
Shut the fuck up, Ferdy!
Yo, Ferdy, I love you to death, but holy shit, my ears are popping when you do that. Stop!
He is insane. Going back to the list, he has the super awesome stretchy arms. He is insanely durable. It seems like he can feel pain, but he
only
doesn't...
after he hits a certain threshold.
And he doesn't essentially break. There's never a point where, like, he is in actually any danger of dying.
Well, he's creaked before. Yeah. But what about the fact that he also has, like, super speed, essentially?
He's pretty quick. He's pretty agile. Physically speaking, as a direct contrast to Rico, physically speaking, this character has basically got it all. Where he fails, though, is in his mental shortcomings. He's very shy, very timid. He hesitates a lot. He has a lot of self-doubt.
He's what you would expect from a kid.
With amnesia.
What you expect from a kid.
He's essentially like, he's Reg's balance. Reg is the brawn, Rico's the brains, or if you want to do it, Reg is the body, Rico is the soul and the heart. Like, these two characters essentially would not survive in this world without each other.
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that Reg... And from, me just watching, I feel like he's also the more logical one in under high-pressure situations.
That's debatable.
Debatable, yes.
Debatable, but I mean, overall, he has consistently stepped up when it counts, though.
Yeah.
He does step up.
But that's mostly because if he didn't, then his best friend, not love interest, would definitely die if he didn't. So
basically love interest, but that's not
so
the point.
Cute.
Let's we are not gonna ship 12-year-olds.
But they already did.
Shut your fucking mouth.
They repeatedly shipped them the entire show.
So, pushing Chris's autistic screeching aside, like that, yes. I'm gonna ship it, but like in a childhood first love sort of way. I'm not very innocent. I don't want to see them bang. They just seem very cute.
I'm not okay with the idea of a certain child staring longingly into another certain child robot man's penis. I do not like this.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that right now. Hold on, I got this. If you've ever noticed when she's watching it, Reg is kind of, Rico very much has a fascination in Reg, not sexually, just mechanic-wise.
It's fucking weird, man.
It is a little weird, but like...
At times, yeah.
They do bring up Reg's dick a lot, which, again, it's weird.
It might be like 4 times.
My Danganronpa friends, robots do have dicks!
I'm just gonna say right now, I think the weirdest part about it was when she actually probed him.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
She actually probed him.
No,
I
she
know
did.
that, but I'm thinking the weirdest one was, or funniest
To
one.
get inside her headspace, she's probably not seeing Reg as a person, but more a science experiment at first.
Yeah.
Notice that
they
she
weren't
doesn't get nearly as invasive once they start to really bond.
Yeah. Something that was really weird to me, which I found funny, was their room inside the orphanage. What used to be a torture dungeon or something.
Yeah, that was
to
really
effect.
funny.
was given to her as a bedroom as a punishment, but
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
She caused too much
completely
trouble.
embraced it.
Yeah.
It really tells a lot about her personality.
Oh, one last thing that we didn't bring up because we were all scared that Ferdinand was going to do another thing. The other big thing about Reg.
Oh,
He's
man.
overpowered.
Well, it's not that he's overpowered. He
He's
actually has a
overpowered.
good backtrack for it. So he has an ability that they later call the Incinerator,
And it
which
incinerates.
is a giant fuck all arm blast that fires out of his arm.
Well, actually, it is controllable.
It is controllable, but like again, it's a
Usually he does it at 125%.
But,
Because fuck
when
you
he
die.
fires it, anything in front of that is no longer a thing anymore.
Goodbye.
It literally does incinerate it down to there is nothing left of this.
You know what is
burning
amazing?
molecules.
That we finally got to see a feat for that incinerator. It kills immortals.
But,
fuck you. Goodbye.
The drawback, of course, being that anytime he fires it off, he is going to, as soon as he's done firing it, he has
within 10
about 10
minutes.
minutes before he loses consciousness, and then he is out like a light for 2 hours. There is no waking him up until his system turns back on.
Fucking robot man.
Yes, we get it. It's kind of, sort of, very microscopically like the Mega Buster. Shut the fuck up, Ferdy! We get it. You like Mega Man. Let it go!
After that blast, I sleep.
God damn it. Why would you sleep? Why aren't you woke, bro? Come on, get woke, man.
But that's what he does.
No,
2 hours.
Yes.
Fuck you. Your jokes are trash.
But yeah, I love these two main guys. I love them to death.
I love their
think
dynamic.
Their dynamic's great. I like the yin and yang kind of complementary personalities they have going on to them. I would also be remiss, though, if we didn't bring up the supporting cast, who are all great in their own way, even if they don't do a whole lot.
I think we should probably start with Ozen.
You want to start with them?
Oh, yeah, because she's best girl, in my
I think
opinion.
you should start with the people we
Dude,
first... I think we
yes.
should start with the first
Ah,
character.
boy.
I think we should start with the first set of characters we meet
At the orphanage?
Yeah, at the orphanage.
Fuck those orphans.
They don't do a
They're all
whole lot.
scrubs.
Yeah,
They're
Oh,
great.
fuck.
they set up the premise of the story, though. You
We do
kinda
get to really get to know them for the first 3 episodes, and they're all great.
all part of the deception that they pull on you too. The show.
Nat and Shiggy, Riku's 2 friends, are both great. The little Poindexter and the pragmatic one. I like that they're like, girl, you're fucking insane, but like, we support you, fam.
Except for one of them.
Nat.
Very angry.
Nat is very reluctant at first, but he eventually comes around and even helps them into the abyss.
Yeah.
We all know he only helped her because he couldn't say the 3 words that he had to say to her.
What's that?
You didn't notice that he was trying to say "I love you," but he literally choked on it and was just like, "Ano, ano,
I guess
go."
that's what I got from that. It seemed more like, I think he was just trying to find the right words to say to someone you will never see again.
Oh, yeah. We should probably explain to them,
How the
viewers.
abyss works.
Oh,
No,
man.
no, no, no.
Okay, can
We
I
should-
want to go
hold-
to... I'd like to
This
go layer.
is my part.
Okay, fine. Let's go layer by layer then. Start with layer 1. What are the Okay, first off, you're right. Let's back up for a second. As you enter the... I'll start with this. As you enter the abyss, as the lower you go, it divides... There are 6 known layers, if I recall.
Yes, there are
6.
6.
And as you get lower, you experience something called the Curse of the Abyss, which means that anytime you try to go back up and ascend, your body goes through a physical restraint. If you start at the first layer, you experience...
Slight nausea, headaches, nothing too bad. A little bit blurry eyes. It's fine.
Second layer,
Second layer is basically the same as the first, just intensified.
layer 3.
Layer 3, boys. Here we go.
This
Have
is
you
where it gets
ever
bad.
wanted to hallucinate, self-harm maybe even? Just a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah,
Next.
hallucination, loss of balance, just total lack of perception of reality.
Yep.
Layer 4, this is where it gets metal.
Oh, I fucking love this
This
one.
really metal.
Have you ever liked the idea of bleeding out of every orifice of your body?
Never, not even a once.
Listen, man, you've never been to a metal concert then. You need to go. Wall of Death,
You don't
it's lit.
bleed out of the orifice. You make others bleed out of every orifice.
Not when
Sounds
you're
like
against-
you've never been to a metal concert, Chris.
Bitch, bet.
Let's go to layer 5.
Bitch, where?
Bitch, where I'm going actually to a metal concert in
when?
a couple days.
Nice.
Yeah, on the 4th.
Ah,
Saturday.
cool.
Oh,
Literally tomorrow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so layer
So-
4.
Layer 5.
5, sorry.
4 or 5? Which?
5.
4 was bleeding.
Yeah.
5 is
Okay. 5 is loss of humanity and possible death.
also no. That's
No, that
No,
is
that's
5.
I thought that was layer
6 is certain death.
Oh, 6 is certain death.
Certain death.
Oh,
No one
or
has
loss
ever
of
returned.
humanity.
That
No,
we,
no, no.
That we,
It's just 5.
nobody has
I have
ever
to-
returned that we
You're wrong,
know.
but I will explain why. But it involves spoilers.
No, it's certain death.
Do we want to talk about exactly why I say he's wrong? Because it
You know
involves
what?
the spoiler of the last episode.
Let's hold on that
Okay.
for now. So why don't we
Friendship or an elevator? Who wins?
Oh, shit. Ooh, that's a death
all
battle
right,
I'd like to see.
readers, keep that one in mind.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. So I
but
think
yeah.
we should talk about our cave raiders, at least the most important ones.
Yes.
Ozen.
As we go
Ozen.
down, we yes, Ozen's
Ozen's best girl.
great. Ozen's pretty damn good. I disagree as best girl, but
Okay.
Ozen's old.
Who the fuck cares?
She's
I'd
a
bang.
all right. Ozen is very
She'd
cool.
probably bang me, actually.
Ozen is essentially
Yeah, with her fist.
Oh, yeah.
Ozen is our first real example of what's known in this world as a white whistle, which is essentially the god tier of cave raiders.
Have you ever wanted to be a Hokage of cave raiders?
Have you ever wanted to be the Hokage of Hokage's white whistle? Literally, like even people in government will literally bow to you because you have the strength to probably kill them with a look.
For my Pokemon players, the white whistles are essentially the Elite Four.
More or
They're
less.
that level.
But actually
shit.
The
dangerous.
best of the best. Very dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous. Their fucking relics will fuck you up.
Yeah,
Their physicality alone without their relics will most likely result in your fucking death
for
pretty
anyone
quickly.
who's not following along at home, the relics in this context are objects that have been left inside the abyss. Some of them are just very valuable and can be sold off to a high price, like an antique. Some of them give you fucking superpowers.
Which are dope.
Yeah.
Real dope. And I want to talk about the manga so that we can get on to Broodword, but I can't, and it makes me sad. Fuck. Okay, continue.
I was about to say, as of the anime, Bondrewd is one of the worst.
Fuck you, he's best dad.
I will fucking pick you up
You know
by the
what?
scruff of your neck and shove you into
Shinji's
that air
dad
conditioner.
was a better father than him.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. How could you say you want a smoothie?
Let's not. I don't want to look too much into the manga shit because it might cause spoilers. But
Anybody want a smoothie?
fuck Bondrewd. I hate him.
Bondrewd is the
I'll
best.
talk about why I hate Bondrewd
Fuck
later.
wannabe crossover of Dark Souls and Destiny.
I will point out,
Fuck you.
cool ass antagonist. I like him as a fucked up version, and it's even weirder to think about. Like he's one of us. Like he comes from the same society as our protagonist, and he's not considered a bad guy. He's just kind of a dick.
Hey,
He's
he's
just
more
a
curious.
He's a
just
huge
curious.
dick.
No. He's just a curious man who likes running scientific experiments that just so happen to be extremely illegal.
Fuck him.
But he's fine.
Fuck him.
Fuck you. He's doing it for the sake of humanity.
We brought up Ozen, but we didn't
So
even
it's
talk
Reed
about.
Richards, but only much more of an asshole, pretty much.
Basically.
We forgot
Toxic.
to-
Okay, you know
we
what?
brought up Ozen, and we didn't even bring up
let's go.
Maruk.
Oh yeah,
let's go back to
He's such a
Ozen.
cutie.
So
Feels
Mark,
weird that he's cross-dressing though. It's a little weird.
Say what? What did you want to talk about, Aramis?
Ozen and
Oh yeah, we should
Oh.
probably actually talk about Ozen's personality.
Oh
because
yes,
we didn't at all.
Ozen is.
is known.
Ozen's hard to put a pin on. She's outwardly speaking, she seems to be very callous, very cruel, very
She's spooky ooky.
Dude,
she's
her
spooky.
name is literally the Ozen the Immovable.
Yes, she is a scary, cold-hearted bitch, and I kind of love her about it.
It
But
kinda
she's
gets me
also
hard.
kind of awesome because she's secretly very caring on the inside. She is a very motherly type of teacher.
Oh,
She
she'll just beat the shit
She
out of
just
She's
you.
just
knows that
fucking
there's
brutal.
no point to show it though.
If you were her actual kid, you thought getting beat with the belt was bad. Oh, you have no clue.
She
boy.
is a fascinating character. She definitely employs some very brutal methods, but she only does it because if she didn't, none of her the people she takes under her wing would survive out in the abyss.
The Abyss is brutal.
It takes harsh training to be able to survive out there. And it's basically her version of tough love, which for us looks like borderline sociopathy, but like I understand where she's coming from.
Oh,
Well,
man, I give her
if
so
you
much
lived in a
takeaway
world
love.
like that, and you had 2 children looking at you going, well, I want to find my mom, and I'm here to help her, you're going to go, you 2 are so stupid, I need to beat you to help you understand.
Gotta beat you with the facts.
I'm going to beat you with the facts and beat some knowledge into you so that you hopefully don't just perish before you even attempt.
You're a piece of shit robot. You're a walking corpse. How's it going? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you now. Have fun in the woods. Don't play in traffic.
Basically. Oh, man.
Oh, and if you try to play in traffic, I'm gonna slap the shit out of both of you.
Your head might fucking roll off your shoulders, but don't worry. You'll come back together
Have
again.
fun
I got the
playing
fucking relic for it. Speaking of which, you should probably talk about Rico's birth and the relic that was in
we'll
her.
get-
We can
get
to
there.
the
We'll
major
get
plot
there.
points later.
So, you know, I
like
feel
Ozu.
for Maruk, though. It's, you know, I actually straight up thought Maruk was a girl until that hint, and I'm like, oh.
For everyone who doesn't know, I don't know if this is okay to say, but no, it is. Maruk is a trap.
100%.
100% trap. I love her.
Him.
I don't know what pronouns Maruk uses.
Actually,
Caesar.
well, actually, they always refer to Maruk as a girl, even Ozan.
That's fair.
So,
I'm gonna go with she then. Either way, Maruk is adorable. I love this little blue boy. Constantly
you can't help but feel for her struggle of
yeah.
being the the student of, well,
Ozan.
Well, it's always implied that she absolutely loves and respects Ozan and
Well,
finds
yeah.
her to be a great teacher.
oh, they
so-
probably have an actual relationship that is
Yeah.
away from all prying eyes
it's
because
really
Ozan would
nice.
literally kill her.
I'm positive it's not Stockholm Syndrome. I'm positive.
I hope
Maruk
it's
is
not.
also one of the reasons I almost cried in this show.
Really?
Because when when it's time for Rico and Reg to leave and descend into the 4th layer, her saying goodbye broke my heart. You get placed in the into the shoes of this girl and guy, and
Girl, guy,
Girl.
nah, whatever.
and
Character.
in Maruk's mind, these are literally the only 2 people I've ever met who are my age. I have just spent the last, let's say, a week and a half or so getting to
Not
know
even.
them, loving them, bonding
It was
with
more
them.
like a couple days, and the rest of the time they were in the fucking woods
and
fighting for
then
their
got to
lives.
spend 2 more days with them. If
And
that.
then it kind of sinks into her brain of, oh god, they're going into the deep layers and
I'll never,
never
see
see
them
them
again.
again. And she just starts to break down, and then Rico and Reg come in and give her a hug, and it's... Oh, it hurt my heart so good.
It kind of felt the same way when Nat came around, when
Yeah.
they first descended into the abyss illegally without their mentor, the teacher. I was over here just like, man, I feel bad for fucking Nat. Nat's over here just like, Rico, I love you. You're retarded, but I love you. Don't go. I want to keep talking to you. I want us to be a thing maybe in the future. And then she's just like, nah, I gotta meet my mom's at the bottom.
Meanwhile,
I can never
Maruk
come
was
up.
just like,
Can
I
I-
just
can I-
wanted some human contact.
My favorite quote from Nat is, "Your mother's dead." Holy crap. The denial here. Some part of me really hopes that it's not true and that we've all are gonna get hit with that curveball. But what if that's the setup and the actual curveball is, she's dead?
I would be fine
I-
because we still have. I'm not here just to see. For those who knows, Rico's mother is called Liza. As much as I
The
like
Annihilator.
Liza the Annihilator is fucking awesome. I love her. The
Her
things we've
fucking
seen
weapons are ridiculous.
the things we've seen about her in flashbacks have been wonderful. However, if it turns out we never even see her at the bottom of the abyss, fuck it. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the adventure.
Hey,
I want to see what's at the bottom of the abyss too.
It's Mario Odyssey all over again.
And, yeah, no, what were we talking about? Liza, Abyss. I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about Maruluk?
Maruk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maruluk.
That scene is very heartbreaking, and I like that character a lot, and I hope we see them again. And the fact that we get to see her briefly again in the very last episode for a very beautiful scene that I will talk about later. It was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Other than that, there are just two. Oh no, there are 2 more characters we need to talk about.
Oh boy.
This,
yes.
Yeah, we got to bring this up. In the last, I want to say 4 episodes, we come across we are introduced to Nanachi. I like Nanachi.
Nanachi is great.
Nanachi is essentially what is referred to as a hollow in this world.
We're not talking Bleach here.
No, although
is not
kind of
Bleach.
similar. In a way. Essentially, hollows are people who descended down to the 5th and 6th layers, came back up, and lost any shred of humanity they had left. Nanachi is a weird exception because she seems to be the only one that still has sentience, and there is a backstory for that, and it's fucked up.
An elevator, 2 friends, and a wonderful time.
But she is a little rabbit girl who has a she's a very kind of like laid back kind of character.
Antisocial, stay away from me.
Yeah, she has a very distinct concept of personal space.
Yeah, wouldn't
And-
you after you learn the difference between an elevator and friendship?
And by the end of the first season, she actually ends up becoming a main character. And she's really fucking cool. And I like her a
Unfortunately,
lot.
the moment she becomes the main character, the season's already over. Ha ha! Fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the part that kind
But,
of pisses me off because I don't want to go stand up and read the manga.
Read the manga, it's fucking beautiful.
I don't want to.
That shit is, listen, water paint?
Listen.
That shit is gorgeous.
I've
The anime
already
is
gone.
gorgeous.
I've already gone to too many situations where I have to read the manga of an anime that
Listen,
I really
dude,
love.
I unzipped my pants the moment I saw those panels. I was just like, this is gorgeous.
I want to vomit. Unfortunately, which is even worse because I'm on his side, I couldn't find the entirety of the 11th episode online.
Really?
So I had to read what was the equivalent of the 11th episode in the manga. And
Gorgeous.
I had a great time with it. The manga flows really nicely. It's a bit of a slow burn compared to the anime, but it's really nice. I might jump into it once if season 2 seems to be, it's going to be a couple years out, if it ever comes.
Oh man, and then we
That's
can
the
finally make
question
best
I'm
dad
really
jokes
scared
together.
about.
I'll read the manga. Season 2 never happens, but if it
How
does
the
happen,
fuck do you know if it never happens, man?
But,
you should just read it anyways.
But yeah,
Don't be a bitch.
Nanachi, I like
Casual.
Nanachi. Nanachi is very cute. And her entire crux of her character arc involves her very close friend MITTY, and we will get to that when we start talking a bit more about certain plot beats we want to talk
The
about.
feels beats.
But
Angel Beats.
yeah, I adore her. I think she's a very cool character, and I'm
I
kind of glad
also
that
adore
Nanachi-
MITTY.
Not MITTY. I mean MITTY. I just pity. I pity the MITTY.
Oh man.
Mitty had so much potential to be best girl, and then
No, she didn't.
She had so much optimism and that got slapped right the fuck out.
out of her,
So-
yeah, literally.
Do we feel good? Do we feel content talking about just characters alone?
No, we need to talk about more. This is a full in-depth review, my
We
dude.
don't really have any other people we can bring up other than like minor characters who pop up once in a while.
Yeah, so there's
But-
no point in bringing those up. They suck.
No, they're not bad. I wouldn't say there's a bad character.
When I say they suck, I mean they suck to talk about, because there's not enough
not-
info on them.
I was about to say
pretty much,
One sentence and we're
pretty
done.
much
there's not
we're
a
trying.
single poorly written character in the bunch, which is cool.
Pretty much what you're trying to say is that there haven't been any memorable moments that they've done that
Yeah.
made them stand
Well,
out.
Except for that one fucking
No,
old guy
Pablo.
that's a black whistle.
Pablo.
I mean,
Oh,
except
yeah.
for Jiro or Leader. He's cool.
Leader's pretty alright.
Leader is a man who is a little young. He's an assistant instructor at the orphanage that Rico and Reg ended up coming to stay at, and he essentially kind of gives Rico the spark to want to, live life to the fullest, and kind of low key ends up being the one who's like, "I'm gonna go into the abyss." You're fucking what?
What? Nani?
Nani the fuck? Who the fuck told you could do that? I'm the leader here. Excuse me.
Excuse you?
But yeah, I think he's a really cool character. He's kind of like Ozen in the fact that he's kind of cold but very supportive.
And that's why Ozen wanted him to be her student.
And then Liza.
And then Liza was just like, nope, later.
Yeah.
I need a babysitter. Peace.
Going down, if we want to go down just the story beats, the entire sequence of getting to know what like the town is before the pit was really nice. Getting to know
About the orphanage.
getting to know about the orphanage.
Getting to know about Liza's backstory.
Taking some time to learn those characters, like get to know the characters and relate before we dive into the abyss. Going down layer by layer and seeing that each layer is more unique than the last was really good.
Oh man, the third layer was so weird. I
Oh,
loved
yeah.
it. That little
really-
fucking tunnel. What?
That
Shit
really
was
tripped
dope.
me out. The last section of the third layer. Whoa.
Yeah. The conclusion of the Ozen arc where what's it? Again, I brought it up where Rico and Reg are leaving and they have this beautiful teary goodbye while Ozen's reminiscing on Liza.
Feels
It's
bad.
also the place where we get the massive fuck you moment of the show, like a moment where you realize how fucked up the show is.
Mm-hmm.
When Ozen decides to reveal when she first meets Rico and Reg, that Rico is technically dead.
Yep. Finally,
Rico-
I wanted to talk about this for so
Yeah.
fucking
Born
long.
as a stillborn.
Yeah, Rico was born in the Abyss as a stillborn and was placed into a relic that somehow resurrected her. And the nature of it's still a little bit weird and in question, but essentially, very much like what we assume Reg to be, they're both children of the Abyss. They were born inside this very fucked up world.
Unfortunately for Rico, she still gets the effects of the Abyss, while Reg is over here just like, haha, fuck you, I'm
True.
immune.
And that was what the next thing I wanted to kind of bring up was the next massive story beats that we see for the show are Rico first spending an entire episode without Reg because Reg fires off his incinerator, is passed out for 2 hours, and it's Rico trying to survive. And there is a scene in which they are in the third layer. Remember, this is the hallucination layer, where Riku has to drag Reg up this hill.
It's possibly around 6,
Yeah.
7 feet high.
I-
This hill isn't that big.
Could I actually talk about it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
go
I'm
ahead,
saying.
man.
Go for
That
it.
section really fucked me up
Yeah.
emotionally. I watched that and she starts screaming and I'm like, what the,
Yeah.
that shocked me because at first they don't let you really see what the hell's going on in her mind that's causing her to freak out. And then you start literally seeing the world around you distort. She finally reaches the light, the end of the literal tunnel, and now you're all of a sudden back in the capital.
Yeah, she
that
mass hallucinates.
That tripped me so hard, especially
That
when
was such a beautiful
Never mind
scene,
that.
though.
Taking these hallucinations out of it, the entire walk up, she's panting heavily, she's
Crying.
screaming, she's crying, she's vomiting, she's stumbling. She is physically suffering just by this very,
It's a very small
it's
hill.
a
It's
10
not
meter
that big.
climb at
it's
worst.
literally 7 feet, 8 feet
7,
at most.
8 feet most. Yeah.
And the thing that I really love about the show, and it really comes out in that scene, is the voice acting.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so well directed
Fucking
that
perfect.
Honestly, I legit thought that they were torturing the actor. Like, how do you get someone to literally make you feel that visceral feeling of suffering? Especially when, how they're doing the victory celebration.
Yeah.
And then she turns to talk to Liza again, and you notice this subtle shift where she's just talking to her very nonchalant all of a sudden. All the motherly tone is gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's not evil, but it's just
Disturbing.
oh, and she's like, wait, what about Reg? What do you mean, Reg?
Oh, yeah,
You don't
that's
need
right.
him here.
Reg's not in the vision, and...
Yeah, and all her mom says is, what about him?
Yeah, he's back at the bottom of the abyss.
Where
It's
he
like, no, fuck that.
Where
I'm
he
not doing this.
belongs. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Rude.
Yeah, and it's that point where Rico even is just like, she doesn't want to go on this adventure without Reg. And I love that it's this genuine moment where you realize how close the bond is between these two kids. It's beautiful. I love it.
The thing I love about the hallucinations that they both end up having is something that is true with dreams and nightmares and hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
Certain details become impossible to remember. And there was something consistent between their hallucinations and nightmares.
Yeah.
Liza's face, you never actually got to see higher than maybe her
Yeah.
cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I guess the worst part is, this was episode 9 where all of this happened. It was rough. But that means we gotta talk about
Well, let's go to the 4th layer, boys.
episode 10.
Oh,
When we enter the
yeah.
4th layer.
Episode 10.
Yes. Did you have a comment on that?
Before we move on, you skipped out one information about the relic that Ozen used.
What's up?
pretty much she explained in the episode when they first introduced her, where she told Rico that she was a stillborn.
Yeah.
You skipped one piece of information. She did the experiment.
Oh yeah, right. That one corpse.
I try to forget about it with the meat. She literally took the meat that she cooked that day and threw it back into the.
And reanimated the corpse.
Talk about that. We could have given we could have given the audience at least one thing to be like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?"
It's fine when they see it. They'll still
I don't
be
give a
confused.
shit. I mean, pretty much, she took a piece of meat, threw it in the relic that helped Rico come back to life.
Yes.
And the meat did come back to life only for a few minutes.
True.
Which raised the question: how long is Rico gonna live, or will she live at all?
All right. So, episode 10. Here we go. So, after our tearful goodbye with our dear friends Ozin, Merrill,
And the Cave Raiders.
and the Cave Raiders that all happen to be in the third layer, we descend into and then going through that episode in the third layer, with what's it?
The hallucinations.
Yes, the hallucinations. So far, we understand this whole Curse of the Ascent thing. It's no joke.
Seriously, no joke.
And then we enter the fourth layer.
Here we go. We're getting
The
metal as
second
fuck.
we hop down, we're already in trouble. We are accosted by, again, I've brought this up already, but for you guys, the needle eye, needle lion, the orb piercer.
The orb piercer.
The orb piercer.
I seriously think that for me, it was. I got surprised because I was expecting him to just be slow, but have
That
really
bitch was
powerful.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I see him just go.
Yes. Okay, none of that registered on microphone.
Dude, it's the fact that he just. I thought he was going to take his time with his swing, and instead, he nearly impales Reg on the first move.
Yes.
Like, this monster, I have to agree with you too, man. I thought monster was slow, but this nigga went full instant transmission on Reg, yo.
Your boy was just like, get blitzed,
So
bitch.
every monster that they've encountered so far, some of them have ranged from these things are kind of annoying to these things are kind of dangerous if they hit us head on, but we can work with them.
Or my favorite, they're kind of intelligent, and that actually makes them supremely dangerous. Run.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
The mimicry. The mimicry.
Oh yeah, that's right. That thing was pretty.
That was semi-smart.
The corpse whaler. Yeah.
The corpse whaler. God damn, dude. I was just like, run.
Some of them are terrifying.
That was just an annoying fucking bird that just wanted to eat people. That's the way I saw it.
The orb piercer is by far the most dangerous thing they have encountered so far in the show, our heroes. And Aramis had said, these things, and Ferdy, these things are fast. They seem to be able to get ahead of their opponent in movement. Their spikes can power through so much, even thick armor. And their spines are poisonous. Lethally poisonous.
Hi, I am an orb piercer, and everything I do is made to fuck you over.
Not only am I one step faster than you.
In one step, that's very
I'm
cute.
sorry. Not only am I multiple long strides ahead of you, I'm also more powerful than you. I can stop you from running away, and I'll poison you if you try to hit me.
Oh,
And poison is exactly what he did to Rico.
Wait, we are not done yet. Listen, guys, because there's more. I can see the future. Congrats trying to counterattack. XD.
Yeah, we do learn later on that these things can actually predict the future, and that makes them even fucking more terrifying. But in this context, we didn't even know that.
That just made it more terrifying.
Yes.
Just not even knowing the fact that they can predict the future made me even more unsettled with it. Because I was like, there's no way they're gonna go into a round 2. And Nanichi is like, you know what, guys? It's time for round 2. Are you what?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Sorry.
Sorry. Because we need to talk about what this one did.
Oh my god.
This single one that pierced through whatever their toughest armor was at the time. The spine goes through the armor, and
Shatters
you see
it.
a shot of Reg, and Reg turns, and one of the spines from this orb piercer has completely just pierced into Rico's hand. Like, Most
Through
of
and
her
through.
palm is gone. Yeah,
Through
it
and
went
through.
right through. And so she's now poisoned. Reg is freaking the fuck out. They have to escape this thing. The only way they can escape
Is to ascend.
is to go upward. We're in the 4th layer.
We're
So-
bleeding, boys. We're bleeding out.
So Reg uses his stretchy arms to get all the way up to ascend about, I would say, 20 meters, I think they say.
I think it was actually 40.
it was the full 40.
Yeah,
it
but
was a full
it
40.
still wasn't. You would think,
So
it's
100
just 40 meters.
120 feet.
Yeah, you would think it's just 120 feet, like no big deal, right? And then it just hits you.
So, Reg tries to go to work to getting the poison out of Rico's arm. All of a sudden, you cut to Rico's vision. The world is distorted. Everything is in this weird, crazy color. Her arm is starting to swell up. Her ears are bleeding. Her eyes are bleeding.
Her nose is bleeding.
Both
Her
nostrils
mouth
are
is
bleeding.
She's
She
coughing up
is-
blood.
And
She's
no matter
throwing
how
up
much
blood.
they try to press it down, the blood keeps flowing.
Until the poison starts coming out.
The poison starts to spread. Like I said, Rico's arm blows up to the size of a balloon. Rico tells Reg to break her arm and then cut it off.
At the wrist.
Rico is fucking metal, by the way.
Yo,
if you
Yeah.
haven't
this
noticed.
is the part where everything goes into full thaw. We have to escape. You gotta jump off my leg, man. What the fuck? Yeah.
To be fair, if they didn't, that poison would have spread to her heart and she would have died.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like,
In their
pretty
yeah.
quick.
mindset. If Nanachi
yeah.
hadn't come up through that,
She was definitely dead.
Rico is either dead, armless, or both.
Oh, that'd
Probably.
be really
Reg
tragic.
went on
Probably
a
both.
full-on mental breakdown throughout this whole thing because this is not something he can handle. He's not the brains of the operation. He's the brawn,
He
and he
even
doesn't know how
fucked
to
up
get it.
breaking the arm. It made it more painful than it had
Can
to
I
be.
be
He had to
honest?
break it twice.
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
be honest. I had to actually stop right before Nanichi came because I literally had to take my headphones off and breathe because I didn't even realize it. I was crying quietly watching it. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is hard.
Somewhere in the back
Bad.
of my brain, I knew that somehow, some way, this was going to work out. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't pay attention to that voice. I forgot I was watching a show. I just wanted to see this poor little girl live, and this poor little robot boy trying to bring her back to life. And
Voice acting is amazing.
the voice acting is
Sold it
incredible.
completely.
And
It's so good. You wonder, did they torture them?
It must be.
No,
They're-
just great
this.
acting.
This is without question 100% a passion project, from the animation to the art design to the fucking music to the direction. By the way, we haven't even touched on the directing of the series. The directing
Oh, the
is
direction's
goddamn
great.
amazing. It's
Tiered.
phenomenal. This
Most
should
shot
be taught.
sequences in this are
This should be
wonderful.
taught in schools so that people can get good at directing anime. It's so damn impressive.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
Everything about this series says we love it and we want it to do well. And it's just, man, it brings a tear to my eye when the
By the way,
anime
guys.
community just comes around and just hails this glorious piece of fucking weeaboo trash.
And hey guys, by the way, just so you know, this part seems pretty fucking dark, right? It's not the darkest thing that happens in this show. It gets worse.
It's lit, boys!
You know, it's like I find it ironic as they literally descend into darkness. The amount of just horror never stops, like exponentially. Not even like in tandem with the level.
Are you talking
Like,
about what I think you're talking about in the last episode? We need some context for our listeners.
We have to talk about media
Yeah.
a lot more if we're
So-
going to talk about that.
Real quick, just like we brought up Nanachi.
We haven't brought up her friend. So Ferdy, you want to talk
would you
about?
like to bring up MITTY?
Yeah, her friend.
Would you like to talk about MITTY?
Pretty much, the girl Hanachi pretty much was able to save them and helped her out.
Nanachi.
Nanachi.
Nanachi, my bad. Yeah, Nanachi pretty much was able to help out Rico and Reg and helping them remove the poison from Rico's hand.
Basically, she became a quest giver and was just like, alright, I guess I'll help you out if you do stuff for me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I love my MMO fucking quest givers.
Nanachi's cool. Shut up.
Yo, she even gave you
Epic.
drawings. Shut up.
Hey man,
Epic
fuck
and
you.
best NPC character ever. Lit.
Facts.
Facts B. So pretty much, then we get to this interesting character named MITTY.
Yeah, we go to Nanachi's house and we meet this character.
Hi, I'm a human slug.
Pretty much.
That's putting it nicely.
Hey.
She is a slab of meat. She is a slab of meat with an eye attached to it that goes.
I wouldn't
sometimes.
even say a slab of meat. She moreover looks like a slab of like chicken fat with like badger arms and one eye.
She kind of reminds me of that
I'm
episode.
trying to make that.
Now,
See what that looks like and see how it compares to MITTY.
This may sound off topic, but hear me out. She reminds me of that episode of Family Guy where Peter wished he had no bones.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much
Kind of
the
like
way I
that,
see
except
it.
somehow even more horrifying.
Yeah.
And when you get to the backstory of MITTY and why she became Hanachi and why they became the way Nanachi and why they became the way they are.
Japanese is hard, guys.
It's pretty messed up, to be honest with you. Pretty much.
Yeah, I can help you out with this.
This guy who's like a really cheap Toys R Us knockoff of Destiny and Dark Souls.
You, he's the best character in the show.
Fine.
Best dad.
Then why don't you explain? How about
No, I explain it. I know
Yeah.
this character better than anybody here.
You want to bring? All right, fine. You want to explain what Bondru did to fucking
all the children?
So, there were a bunch of orphans. They weren't even in the Cave Raider shit. They were just orphans.
In a forward base.
Exactly, in a very cold, wintry place. And fucking bunch of bums basically got rescued by Bondrewd, and everyone was just like, hey, because I'm helping you out, feeding you, and so on and so forth, I'm gonna need you to follow me going down the abyss. Don't worry, we got this cart. It's totally fine, totally chill. Nothing will happen. There's a little bit of turbulence every now and then. So... So they get down to the 5th layer, which is a layer that...
they're taken down to the 5th layer. They're
the layer
taken
of
down
no
to the
return.
5th layer.
I know it like the back of my hand, my dude. I got this.
No, yeah, you're right.
So they take down to the 5th layer, and these children are just huddling up together, making conversation, and that is where Nanachi and MITTY first meet up. So...
Best bros.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Start to form a friendly relationship between each other.
They get very close in a short amount of time.
Nanachi is very antisocial, and you could see that. And I believe it's because she lived most of her life as a beggar. But MITTY is over here incredibly charismatic and energetic. She is like, holy shit, get away from me. You have too much energy. Looking at you hurts my eyes. You're too bright. Stop.
Yeah, Flashback MITTY is great, which makes her fate all the worse.
Oh, yeah. It hurts, man. It hurts. Because you just want the best for the kid. It does not work.
You know what? This is where we have to bring up a quote that was said a lot earlier on. What's stronger, friendship or an elevator?
Hey, buddy, you want to explain how that works?
Soon, I'll get to it.
No, we need to get to it now. He's already brought up the meme.
Fuck you.
I brought it up?
You want to bring it up?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. Why not, my dude?
Fine.
Take it away.
Do it.
So pretty much during the experiment, the guy Bondru kept taking one children after the other to this experiment that is totally safe, quote, as he quotes.
No, he doesn't.
You notice it later on that there's less and less children to the point where there's only MITTY and Hanachi left in this room that they kept them in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Then pretty much Bondru calls MITTY to come in. And Nanachi decides to follow and find out where is she. She finds this elevator where MITTY is inside.
It's more like 2 test tubes.
Yeah,
two test tubes.
2 test tube elevators.
And 2 test tube elevator. Yeah. And Bondru pretty much...
is right behind her. It's just like, I've been looking for you. Since you're the best of friends, this is definitely going to work out in your favor. I'm sure you're both going to be fine.
You two are in a test tube. Hear me out.
It's totally
I am
safe.
going to drop you two in this elevator down to the 6th layer.
Where you are certainly going to die.
And we're going to set it up so that one of you, hopefully, will survive the curse. MITTY, guess what, girl? You're going to get the full brunt of the curse. Nanachi, well, just sit there and
Don't
watch
lose your humanity.
Yeah, watch your best friend die. That's basically what you're about to do. Watch your best friend die.
Actually, my favorite part is like how he puts it so eloquently. It's only a 5,000-foot drop. You'll be right back up.
Yeah.
So he
Fucking
pretty
bastard.
much pulled the switch. Both of them drop at the same time to see
Nightmare Fuel. The
Nightmare
movie.
Oh,
Fuel.
yeah.
Which are presumably all of
As
The
the
other
Android's
children.
failed
Again, they're sending
experiments.
The other
down
children.
heavily fast, and
But no.
pretty much Nanachi looks at Mitty, and you see like Mitty.
It's just screaming and shit. Nothing's happening.
When
They
they-
land, and then they're just surrounded by a sea of abominations.
Which, again, like I said, they're basically all but implied to be Bondrewd's failed experiments. These are all the children that came to the 5th layer with them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not good.
not good.
So-
pretty much.
They're at the bottom. They get a moment to be like, oh god, this is fucked up. And before that thought can even pop into their heads, they're firing back up.
Firing back
and then
up.
the curse kicks in.
Ooh, and
pretty-
does it kick in?
Kicks in hard to the point where Mitty becomes Splatter than Splatterhouse. But yeah,
She essentially, Mitty just devolves into this slab of meat.
Devolves, I believe the term
And-
is dissolve.
Melts into a blob.
She-
She
dissolves.
melts into a blob of ice.
And then
Mean
before
two
she
eyes.
could
A
lose,
very
before-
And
blah, blah, blah.
hold on, just so we can point out the fact that this is where Nanachi turns into
A
her
rabbit.
bunny human kind of character.
And
A
becomes
hollow.
a hollow.
Yeah.
well,
I can't wait until she becomes an Arankar.
I know, right?
Vietnam flashbacks abound.
the last thing the thing that I really remember of that scene that really haunted me when I went to bed that I was just like, yo, I would never want to survive that, is her last words before she loses her ability to speak. Please kill me now, not please kill me now.
Oh yeah, and by the way, just in case you were wondering if they were going to leave anything to the imagination, oh no, the
They go
animators
through the
want you
whole
to
thing.
watch every single squelch, every single
It gets a
body
lot
horror
worse
bit you
than
can
that.
possibly imagine.
It gets a lot worse than that. After they get brought up in the elevator, Bondrewd is fucking amazed that Nanachi turned into like this bunny
And
like
in his
creature.
eyes, she's perfectly fine.
I mean, technically,
Oh,
her
look,
mind
it
is.
worked.
He only partially lost her
oh
humanity.
shit, it worked. And
He's literally Elder Cunningham from the Book of Mourning.
so pretty much, I don't know why. Can someone explains to me? They decided to keep Mitty instead of putting her back in the 5th.
Because they
layer.
noticed that Mitty is...
Different from all the other children that got deformed. If you notice,
yeah.
the other children all looked roughly the same.
It's not even that. It's they noticed that she has a healing factor and
Yeah,
that
but
she's
they didn't-
essentially immortal.
But
So
they didn't notice that until they noticed her appearance. They tested on her.
Yeah.
And then brought Nanachi in right after they were done.
like-
Bondrewd, what a great father
Bondrewd
figure.
comes in like, Nanachi, check this shit
No,
out.
no,
Remember
he-
your dead best
no, no.
friend? Look at this. No matter how many times we stab her, she's still alive.
By
up.
the way, I kind of ripped her open 9 times. I counted.
Actually, you forgot the bigger detail. When he goes up to her while he's like, Nanachi, cheer up. Come on, I need you to pay attention to the experiment. The camera pulls back. There's literally 2 corpses on medical tables, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Dude.
implications as to what Nanachi had to endure as
What else?
Bondrewd's assistant.
What I was trying to bring up was the fact that he broke Mitty's legs.
Oh,
There was a
yeah.
scene where he literally broke Mitty's legs.
Was
And-
that a scene? I
It
don't
was
remember that.
moreover, it was a single shot, and
A
you just see
single
like
shot.
the lower half of her is just gone
the
entirely.
lower half? You see,
yeah.
you see 2
It was
legs
ripped.
like torn up, bro.
Ah,
And-
yeah.
when they
And-
decapitated
And
her.
that
even
was,
notice
and
that.
that right there was the final straw. Nanachi pretty much took her,
Yeah,
put
she
in the bag.
scoops.
She
Yeah.
scoops her, put in the bag, picks her up, and tries to wobble because again her friend was pretty heavy. She wobbles away from that fucking lab and refuses to come back. You see her face just in tears, my boy.
Yes.
Oh,
Tears
man.
And
because
she
she saw
never
her
comes
best
back.
friend suffering, man.
And the reason, and at the end of the day, what this kind of pulls into is the final like major act of the first season is Nanachi essentially asks Reg to use his incinerator to kill Mitty. Just be like, listen, she
just-
can't die, but your shit vaporizes people.
She discovered this because they decided to encounter the giant monster again.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
recap details are not that
she
important. What matters
realizes
is
that the incinerator
Yeah.
can literally obliterate, and he uses it on the same orb piercer and literally doesn't decapitate him because the
but
piercer
causes
still.
enough damage
Yeah.
we're not
anyway,
summarizing it.
anyway.
We're trying to get to like the main
Yeah.
big story beats that we like. So
Alright, cool,
that
cool,
brings us to like the main final story beat of Reg straight up kills Mitty.
Yo, hold on. Can we just... Man, if this show does not tug on your heartstrings, you don't have one. It's that simple. It's literally just, if you don't feel something, it's because you can't feel in the first place. You're 6 feet under and you're a corpse. It's that simple. When Mitty gets
Are you
executed...
trying to tell our viewers that if they don't cry like a bitch during an abyss, they don't have a heart?
Exactly, they're hollow as well.
You may need to see
You know
your
what? I'm
doctor.
down. Fuck them.
You may need to see your doctor about that.
Oh yeah, there might be an
Doctor,
issue.
what? I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, what's wrong with you? Well, I watched this. He's like, give me a moment. Comes back.
He's just like, the fucking patient's looking at the doctor just like, what a pussy.
Yeah.
But going
It
back
is
to it though.
Yeah, genuinely heart-wrenching moment where Reg is crying, Nanachi is crying, Mitty is kind of crying, Rico's still unconscious, but she'll cry later. We're crying.
Man.
Everyone's crying.
I didn't
That
cry. I was
execution was so fucked. Because
Can I
Nanachi's
point
just
out?
like, alright, just
I
do
almost
it.
thought she was gonna run into the.
Yeah, I
blast.
did too.
I was actually like, please don't. You said you promised no suicide. Please, no. And then the blast, and
Yeah.
I've never. That, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the only shot where they hyper detail how things just destroy? Because they kind of slowed it down a little bit as he started firing.
Oh yeah, they took a moment. I mean, that and you can tell that what's it?
Mitty?
Reg's version of his incinerator this time, instead of it being like a straightforward like blast, it was like a big old ball that was meant to like kind of play like a funeral pyre, which was a very nice touch. I liked it a lot.
Oh,
And-
man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially, I guess at the end of the season itself, what we've essentially established after this is
Buncher knew the
yeah.
entire time.
Well, yeah.
He's been monitoring them from the jump.
But apart from that, Rico recovers from what happened to her in episode 10. Reg walks away feeling more confident in himself. They pick up Nanachi, and now what used to be 2 adventurers are now 3 adventurers, continuing a journey deeper into the abyss. If we ever get a fucking season 2.
Oh man, I can't wait because I already know what happens. And trust me, you're in for a fucking loop. Like, you thought that was bad. You're just getting started.
No, I know, I'm
That's
sure it's raising
smooth.
The baby's first.
But
How to
putting it-
destroy everything you love.
Putting it into a bubble, because I noticed we're starting to kind
I thought
of
that
run
was
short
a
for
documentary.
time and we need to
Yeah.
start wrapping up. Do we want to start throwing out the ratings and
Yeah.
shit? Does
Yeah.
everyone feel like they said what they needed to say on it?
Yeah, I got a rating for it.
So, for our ratings, are we going to discuss the good, bad?
Yeah, just do a
Yeah.
brief summary as
What,
to why you came up to that.
What scoreboard are we using? Are we using...
For the 100th time, because you ask this every single
Listen,
episode.
man.
You can tally it. We are doing a 1 to 10. 1 is garbage. 10 is perfect.
And 5 is...
Average.
Fine.
It's a grading system.
That's the wrong grading system. It's not academic.
We'll start with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
Aramis. You want to start first?
Sure.
What do you give it? And why?
Honestly, I want to give it like a solid 9. It
Yeah.
just, it hits all the marks. Like, literally so perfect that the only thing I could find that mildly bothered me was just the timing for the opening. I personally just like my openings to literally be either at the very start of the episode playback, or if you're gonna do the play part of the episode,
Fair.
keep that consistent. Because I personally skip the intro when I watch after the first time because
Yes.
I don't need the intro.
Okay.
I'll watch the intro and outro the first and the last time. That's it.
Alright.
That's really the only thing I found of trouble, but everything else is so perfect. It's one of those, if you don't watch this anime, honestly, you really are missing out. Like, genuinely are missing out on
I
something
agree.
good.
All right, Aramis. How about you, Ferdy? What do you give it? Do not give me a bullshit rating again.
I can't wait.
Pro
Between this
Jared.
one's failure to comprehend what kind of rating system we use and your pro-jarity bullshit. When did I turn into the angry one? I'm not even an angry person.
That's
what have you
funny.
guys done to me?
That's funny. You're not the
welcome.
angry
You're
one.
only one step
Excuse
from-
me
Not.
as I look back into Rage of Bahamut.
Oh no.
Not the angry one.
I know.
Not the angry
Rage of Bahamut. Rage of Bahamut. Just call it Rage of Alex.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I should have made that the episode title.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
The Reckoning of Chris.
All right, Ferdy. For real.
Yeah,
though,
to
what
season
would
two
you-
sometime.
How would you rate this?
oh my god. Pretty much. I have to give it at least either an 8.5 or a solid 9.
So like a 9.
Yeah.
You would say like a 9?
Pretty much. Because the reason why I never gave it a 10 was because of the fact that I really cannot. I wanted a bit more backstory, everything. But everything had a reason why it was shrouded in mystery. It had everything had. I mean, when the beginning of the episode, I was a bit upset. I'm like, why is this a mystery? Why can't you explain it? But as I kept watching through the other episodes, I'm like, okay, I can see why some things are shrouded in mystery and some things are left to be discovered later on. The story itself was really well done. The culture they tried to revolve around where they live. And the system that they follow was really interesting. And what they're gonna do next, we don't know unless you decide to go read the manga.
That's
Huh.
fair.
Do it.
I guess that makes it my turn then. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is a damn near perfect anime, and the only thing that's holding me back from it being a 10 is generally the fact that we don't have a season 2 to continue the story and tie things together. If this might get bumped up to a 10 if it becomes a bigger part of a greater whole, but where it is right now, I'm still super happy with what I got. There's so much that I haven't even gotten a chance to talk to about. There's so many themes of like the call to adventure and the dark implications of it. The feeling of growing up and having to make very tough, very difficult choices to help others. The price you pay for chasing after your dreams. There's so many good topics that I could talk to you guys about for days.
We
just
just
on
need
this
more.
one set of 13 episodes. But literally the best thing I can say about it is go watch this anime. When it comes out on Blu-ray, buy this anime. When the manga comes out in January here in the US, buy the manga. Please support this so we get another season.
Either or both.
Yeah.
You can do both. Or all three if you're a gluten for punishment and you like Anime Strike.
I mean,
Or you already have Prime.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's already been announced that the manga did get picked up by Seven Seas Entertainment, and the first volume will come out in January 2nd,
I know, I'm
2018.
so excited. And before we wrap, that means we got one more person. Chris, what's your rating on this?
Man. I think I'm the only one who can.
You're gonna do the 10 out of 10, aren't you?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. Because I
of the
know what's coming.
10 out of 10.
I know what's coming, and so I don't have that same feeling of, shit, I need more, so I have to dock points because there isn't more. I already got it all. So I'm over here just like, I can't find a flaw.
All
To
right.
me, there
Well,
is none.
minus that deduction, 9.
I mean,
No, even with that, as a whole, if I'm talking solely on the anime without taking into account that I have my little bias because I know the manga,
yeah.
solely off of those 13 episodes, I struggle to find a flaw with the exception of maybe, and this is very minor, I'm being incredibly petty
Okay.
to even make this complaint. I find the head shape's kind of weird. That
Okay.
is the biggest flaw I can come at this
That's
fucking
more,
show.
yeah. That's an
But that's
aesthetic
really
preference, I get
subjective.
that.
Exactly.
Hell, I think
There's no
Mike.
such. Okay,
I
I'm
think
gonna stop you
my.
right there. There's no such thing as an objective review.
I said subjective.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
I know
it's
that.
okay
I know
if it's
that.
subjective.
I
There's
know
no
that,
such
but I
thing as
mean, like in the
object.
sense it's like one of those. It could really
Yeah.
go either way. I mean,
yeah.
the one thing I even gave it a slight ding for is also honestly pretty petty too, but. It helps if you like to just skip intros without feeling like
No,
you have to.
I understand because
scrub.
like for you guys who didn't watch it while it was coming out, you guys were just like, all right, the reviews got to come up at a certain time. We need to rush through this. I need to skip the intros. That's not important.
that
I just
didn't
need
bug
the
me
beat.
at all.
I just like I said, I personally don't watch intros and outros after the first and final episode of a season.
For me, I do it all the time because I feel that it just engrosses me into the experience.
That's
I
fair.
feel that I'm taking away from it, even if I do that.
I didn't like the opening song. I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's all you,
yeah,
man.
that's not
It's
a
your
problem.
preference. Don't apologize for it.
Usually me, I usually like anime openings and shit, and I usually don't skip.
Even-
for
even
me,
if-
Abyss, I didn't like it.
Even
That's
if the
okay.
song itself wasn't your cup of tea, I feel that just the cinematography
It didn't
of the
fool-
opening itself, just the direction of how they
Like,
made it is.
I want you to understand why I didn't like it, and it's because usually when there's an anime that has a bit of drama, like heavy drama or crazy shit that happens,
Yeah. You want the opening to reflect it?
they usually an anime that has that element, they make an opening that manipulates the media, making you think that this is gonna be a happy joy type of anime.
Wait a minute. So
Wait,
you're,
so that's a good thing.
wait a
That's
minute. So
but that's-
you're
I like that, but in this opening I did not see that. When I
Wait a
saw it,
minute.
I could tell some bad shit's gonna happen.
so your biggest complaint was that the opening is too honest?
Are you retarded?
the
What?
opening was being too honest. Yes.
What?
I don't. I
Okay.
completely disagree with that point of view, but like,
It
I
could be
respect
me.
your right to have
It
it.
could be me from having too much experience in watching anime that have the happy joy that tricks people into thinking it's gonna be a happy
Hi,
anime.
Madoka Magica.
Yeah, pretty
you,
much.
Madoka.
Like
We don't talk
Madoka
about
or
Madoka.
Death Parade or one of those other shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always try to pull that trick on you that everything will be okay when in reality it's not.
I'm more of a I don't need an anime. I don't need to be tricked into watching something. If an anime wants to sell me on it, take me into your intro and tell me how much of a bad time or good time I'm gonna have.
Well, I mean, the other side of the coin with the opening, Ferdinand, is that the song kind of relishes in the childlike naivety and innocence they still have.
And then you go into
just
the
never
ending and it
felt
kind of
it.
flips that on
no,
its
if you
head.
never, if you don't,
I
if it
just
didn't,
never. I just. Not only that, I didn't like the music in general.
that's fine. If you
That's
don't
fine.
like the
That's
music and it
subjective.
didn't gel with you, that's totally fine.
I
just,
liked it personally. I did.
yeah.
Oh man,
We
but
are dwelling way too much on that, huh?
Man, dude, we're dwelling on a lot of things when it comes
But-
to this show because
but
it's just
overall-
so good. It's so rich with content. I feel.
It's it
All-
does stick with you.
I just saw it as a regular show, but it was pretty enjoyable to watch.
Okay. That's cool.
I thought it was easily one of the best anime I've seen this year.
I did go as far as to say that this is probably one of the best that I've seen in a couple years. Like I'm really struggling to find a
It is
point
one of
in
a
time
kind.
where I'm just like, wow, this really lost me. I can't find that point. I have watched it at least 3 times over since it finished airing, and I'm just like, where is it? Where is that moment where I feel like my immersion has been broken? I can't find it. I just
Simple.
can't.
We bring the anime to Digibro. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, you want to watch... If you want to watch something that's going to capture that magic, like that magic of a fantasy world, everyone's telling me the Ancient Magus' Bride is
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
I've read the manga.
Yeah,
It's good. It's
Is it-
worth it.
Manga is good.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for
It's-
that. We might do that at some point, because that looks really fucking good.
It's definitely a different feel, 100%, but it is, without a shadow of a doubt, a quality series.
Good shit.
Quality.
I guess that being said, we all agree that this was a pretty damn good show, yeah?
Yeah,
Pretty good
overall, I would say that this anime is definitely worthy of our legendary seal of approval by the Dorks.
Hashtag
Legendary,
must
I put in quotes.
Well, I
Must
mean,
watch.
better than IGN.
Oh shit.
Low bar, man, low bar.
Okay,
I'd give
okay,
it-
okay.
I'd give it a master class. It's just like this right here is something that needs to be dissected, I feel.
Yes.
For future reference for people who want to get into the animation business.
Honestly, if somebody wanted to, like, heck, I would be down to do, like, an exploration of the entire series as a standalone thing we could put on the
Yeah.
channel.
I don't
would
mind making a
dissect-
script, just picking it apart, honestly.
Actually
that's
scripting
cool
it all out.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. That being said, I think it's time for us to start wrapping this up. For those of you who are listening, I hope you had fun. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, requests for discussions or potential review topics, please drop them in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Fucking hit us up. We're gonna be doing this as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we can, yeah. Please support me on my Patreon page. That doesn't exist, but will exist soon enough. And when I get enough fans,
Did you just...
What?
That was a lame-ass shill.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
It was a fictional shill. Hypothetical shill.
You tried so hard to pregame that. Yo, by the way.
I'm just saying, it's just
But
like.
in the end,
Stay
it doesn't
tuned.
even matter.
Oh my god, that was
Good
garbage.
shit, boy. Stay tuned for the next episode where we try to sell you more shit. Later.